Hello, everybody, and welcome back, or welcome to I Don't Care the podcast with me, your host, Alexia DeStefano. Today, we have a guest who I love, named Lisa Currier. Hi, Lisa.
Hello.
How are you today?
I'm so good.
Okay, who are you? Tell the podcast a little bit about yourself and who you are and what you do.
Okay, so I am Lisa Currier. I am firstly like a mom because that's like my favorite title of the world.
Yes.
And I am just, I don't know, I guess I'm trying to like do blogging life and Instagram life, and I'm going to release hopefully a podcast too.
Yes.
So all that fun stuff. So that's what's going to come from me.
Ooh, I love that. I didn't know you were going to release a podcast too. It's like, it's pretty easy to like get started and to do, and then it's fun once you're in there.
Yes.
The only thing is like when you don't have an idea for the week, you're like, oh shit, what do I have to do?
I know.
But other than that, it's like super fun, and I've been loving it.
Good.
So I think you will love it as well.
Yay, thank you.
And you're so funny. Like no matter what, people are going to have a good laugh. I know my mom will listen to all of them. She'll probably forget about mine. She'll be like, Lisa's is better.
No. You're so sweet.
So in front of us, we have Starbucks.
Yes.
And a homemade drink as well. So you can try this. You can also hate it. That's okay.
I will be honest.
So what it is espresso.
Yeah.
Now, I made espresso this morning, except that that's the one that I spilt all over me. So I had to use espresso from yesterday.
That's
so
okay.
It's not fresh.
That's okay.
And then it is oat milk, lots and lots of caramel, and a little bit of vanilla extract because I feel like that makes it taste better.
Okay.
And I frothed the oat milk.
Good. Okay.
So that's what that one is. Yeah.
Okay, and so
what's
then
this?
I got you
Mhm.
the toasted vanilla oat espresso from Starbucks.
Mhm.
But my little go-to is I add raspberry syrup.
Yeah, I was
Raspberries
just gonna
like
say,
everywhere.
Yeah, I was just gonna say, of course there's raspberry. All your drinks have raspberry. I've never had anything from Starbucks except a caramel macchiato.
Really?
So, yeah.
Okay, so this is you gotta shake it up a little bit.
Yeah.
Though. Yeah.
Okay.
Awesome. Yeah, no, that is like my go-to. I love the caramel macchiatos with the raspberry syrup, but this has like I'm loving the vanilla.
I can't wait to try this.
Yes.
Okay.
All right, cheers.
Cheers.
Okay. That's good.
I feel like this tastes similar to that.
It totally does.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's good though.
Is it good?
There's a difference with homemade. There is. There's
yeah.
totally.
I think that the difference with the homemade to me is like you always try and get that Starbucks taste, but you never can. Yes. Even though, you know.
It's good.
It is. It's like not bad. It's
No, it's
simple.
not bad at all.
It's simple.
That's what I like.
Yeah.
And I like that you can create this at home though.
Right?
You don't have to go and spend.
Right? Yeah. If I had the money, trust me, I'd go.
Yes. Okay, so you asked me a question a while back of how I always go to Starbucks and like pay and whatever. Okay, so this is my thing. Okay. I have a credit card, the Vancity Visa, and the points that I get from it, I transfer it to Starbucks gift cards.
Oh, interesting.
So it's literally, I'm always getting gift cards because I do my groceries, I do my gas, all the things you need to, and then I do them in gift cards.
Look at that.
Yes.
And this is good. I didn't give my review yet, but this is good.
Is it yummy?
It tastes simple as well. Like it's not like crazy packed with ingredients. Let me try and taste the raspberry specifically.
Yes. Yeah, I only did 2 pumps. Usually I do like 4, but I didn't want it overpower.
You know, I don't eat raspberries, so I don't even know what the raspberry taste is in here. But it's good. I think I found it because it's like a little sweet at one point. And I'm assuming that's it. It's good.
Yay! I'm glad.
I was scared I was going to hate it because I'm like so picky with my drinks.
No,
but it's good.
Yeah. These are so good. Yay. Okay, good.
Success.
Yes.
Okay. So I do something with my podcast where I start off with something that I don't care about this week. And so do you have something? Actually, I'll start so you can have time to think.
Okay.
This week, I really, really don't care about mosquito bites because I am full of them. My foot is just like raw. I hate mosquito bites.
I know.
And I feel like they're so bad this year too.
They're really bad.
Just everywhere.
Yes.
And my brother, he fell asleep actually outside. He went to a party.
Uh-oh, big mistake.
Yeah, right? He fell asleep outside on the grass for 2 hours. And I'm like, How are you not just eating?
Oh, he wasn't?
I don't think so, because he's not complaining.
Oh my, see, look, I have one, and it's like bothering the bejesus out of me.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can't stand it. Bug bites.
Oh, yeah, bug bites as a whole, because I think some of them are spider bites or something else, because, man, do they suck.
Yes.
Hate them.
Yes.
So do you have an I don't care?
I don't care about swassy weather.
Yes! I know.
Right? Oh, like I'm so ready for fall.
Okay, yeah.
I really am. Like I'm not I love summer, but I'm not like a true summer girl.
Okay.
So I do not like swass season is what I call it. I do not like swass. I do not like swoobs. I don't like swit, swat, swagina. I do not like it.
Yep.
Right?
Oh, it's the underboob, everything.
Swoobs is just wrong.
Yeah.
I mean, I would rather us have the swoobs and swack though. Men, swells, and sweeness. I kind of feel bad for them.
But they don't have to deal with anything else.
No,
so
just,
you know what? They
can
deal with
have
it.
that. They can deal with the swells and sweeness.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm so over this. Like I'm over.
Do you have air conditioning at home?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. So that's good. Like our little, but I still, like you get outside and it's like, vroom, it hits you. I'm done with it. I love fall. Okay. Winter's my favorite because Christmas.
Really?
And, Christmas.
Okay. I like fall because Halloween, and Halloween is my favorite.
Nice.
But my favorite is summer, but it is one of those things where it's like in the winter you wish for the sun, and then in the summer you're like, oh my God, I need the cold.
I know, it's just, I'm not used to this heat. Like I come from Prince Rupert, right? So up north, so it's always like you don't get like 40 degrees.
Yeah.
And it's rainy, and the days there that are beautiful and sunny, oh my goodness, like they are to die for. Like it's just gorgeous. But it is like cooler weather.
Yeah.
So coming here the last 2 years, oh my good God. Just is too hot.
Yeah, the last 2 years have been extremely hot.
Right? Like I'm over it.
Yeah, I mean, it's climate change, right? It's only going to get hotter.
Right? Yeah, because it's not real.
Yeah, right. Exactly. Of course.
It's real.
Of course. Gosh, people.
I know.
Okay. So let's jump into talking about you, what you're known for on Instagram and all of that stuff.
Okay.
So you have something that you love to say, which is love, love, love.
Absolutely. I've been saying it since I was 5.
Really? Okay.
Yes.
I want the origin. How did it come up, and all of the tea with love, love, love.
So I spoke Italian in my household since I was born till I was 5, till I went to kindergarten. So my vocabulary in English was very small. Yeah. So I remember going to kindergarten my first day, and my best friend Juliana, thank God for her, I literally would be like, ciao, come stai? And she's like, no, English. I was like, oh, okay, what's happening here? Yeah. Right? And so, I mean, of course, as a little kid, you pick up languages very easily. Yeah. So I picked up English very easily. But one of the words in my vocabulary that was always there was love. Right. So anytime, I get so excited. So, of course, I'm loud and I'm excited. And I've been very consistent in my 40 plus years of, I'm loud. Yes. So I would always say, like, I wouldn't just say, oh, I love that. I'd be like, oh, I love that. Like, I get so excited. And I think it's just because I did have such a small vocabulary. I wanted like to be seen and to be heard. So I would always like emphasize the love. I'd be like, love, 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 love. Like, I love, love, love. So it's been since I was 5. And so throughout elementary, high school, college, university, adulthood, motherhood, I'm always saying love, love, love.
Oh, I love that.
So it's
contagious.
Like,
because that's, you rate everything as well based on how many loves you're going to give
100%.
it.
Yeah.
So, okay, rate the coffee.
Love, love, love.
Awesome. Yay.
Absolutely. And I love the oat milk because it's creamy, right?
Right,
love,
of course.
Love it. Yes.
Yeah. I would give this a love, love, love as well.
Yay.
Because it's new for me, something I've never had, and it's good. Yeah. So I love, love, love it. Awesome.
Yeah.
You're an advocate for being yourself, being 100%. Open, honest,
yeah.
all of that. Does it ever get challenging? Because I know that especially being on social media, you get those comments sometimes where it's like just those mean people
100%. Yeah.
or whatever. Like, how do you get through that and stay confident? And why is it important to be yourself?
I think it's important to be yourself because there's really nobody else like you in this world. So you really have a voice and you have something to offer that nobody else in this world has. And so it is challenging at times. There have been comments, sadly, some comments, like even from family members, which is like right to the gut and it hurts your heart. Yeah. One of my meanest things that somebody said was, because Garth and I, throughout COVID, we were like, when we were all quarantined, we baked a lot. Yes. So it was like something to do. And, we rated the love, 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 like this is good, this is not. One of my family members said, like messaged me and said, your baking is starting to show on you.
Oh,
you really should like, stop. And don't be so like on social media and stuff. And I was like, oh my gosh, like, oh my God.
Yeah.
So it's hard to navigate that, especially in this world like of, body images and all this stuff. It's hard, but I just feel I am confident. I know I know my worth.
Yeah.
And so I've always been taught by my parents, know your worth and, just add interest. Right?
Yeah.
So like, it is hard, but I always come back to there's a reason I am who I am. And there's a reason why I'm giving to this world what I want to give.
Yeah.
And if I can even just change one person's like perspective that day, just to be you, that's what I want to do.
I think you do that because with your stories and your posts, like your energy really gives off the screen. And I love that. And I can tell because, sometimes I'll be in another room and I'll hear your voice in my mom's room or something and like she'll laugh or whatever. Yeah. And I'm like, you make people laugh just by being you. And that's so awesome. And it is really important to be yourself and to have that confidence and 100%. To know your worth because you're not going to walk through life the way you want to unless you know yourself and what you deserve. Yeah. And that's just like so important, especially like people my age too, because we don't really realize that until, everyone's like, I didn't know that until I was older. I didn't know that till I was older. And I'm lucky where I've been reading books and all this stuff. And so it's in my mind. Yeah. And you can just like tell from me because I'm like my work, passion, all of that. And so I love that people are watching that and that you advocate for that because it's just so important.
It's so important. And I so wish that like my 13-year-old self could have like met my 45-year-old self.
Right. Yeah.
Just to have been like, don't worry about that or don't think about that or, that boy is going to say that you're fat or you're ugly and, it's going to hurt. But it's literally like that little blip in time that you think the world is like falling down, but it's not, and you'll get through it and you'll be fine. But, and I always have said, like, whenever I read comments that are negative, luckily I don't get a lot of negativity, which is fantastic.
Yeah.
But I always try to remember that hurt people, right? Yeah. And so I always think like, okay, that person's having a bad day. I'm just going to either block and bless or just bless, move on.
Yeah.
Just because sending love, sorry you're feeling this way, not engaging, that's it.
Yeah.
So like same with my family member. It was one of my aunts and I just blocked because I don't need that energy or that toxicity, right? So
and the thing is family or not, like just because you are family doesn't mean that you can say things
No, you don't
like
get a pass.
That.
No. And I'm sure in the Italian culture.
Oh my gosh. Yeah.
It is very, like, I love being Italian. Like, it is, like,
one of my... It only got two loves.
No, I love it. I really, like, it's something I'm so proud of. Like, I'm so proud to be Italian. And, of all the positives of being Italian, there is that little one that there is judgment, right? And sometimes it's hard. And, like, I remember growing up and I'd wear dresses. And, I remember my wedding day. Like, I will never forget, or sorry, not the wedding day, the rehearsal dinner the night before. I thought it was such a cute little outfit, my little tank top, my little cardigan, and two family members side by side were taking a picture, and she literally went like this with my cardigan, like pulled it over my tummy and said, oh, we should hide that for the photo. And I'm like, oh my God.
Oh, wow.
Like, so I just smiled, and I was like, this is so indicative of who you are as a person. I'm not going to take this on. This is a special moment for me.
Yeah.
But like, I don't know why so many people are like so body. Like my worth is not my body. 100%. Like I have been an amazing friend to all my friends, whether I'm a size 12, whether I'm a size 18, whether I'm a size 6. Like my consistency with friendship and who I am as a human does not mean anything based on my size, my weight, my like. Ugh.
Yeah, no, seriously, and my nonna's the same way. It's we always have to comment on how people look, and even her, like she has, it's either Alzheimer's or dementia right now.
Yeah.
But she doesn't want to take her pills because a side effect is gaining weight.
Oh, jeez. See?
Right?
And it's such a thing that's been ingrained in people's heads.
Yeah.
And I hope that it starts shifting soon.
I think it is.
I hope so. So. Because I'm going to I wrote this big long thing and I can't wait to share it. I got in a swimsuit and I'm so happy because like you do, you start like, oh my goodness, like they're looking at me. And you know what? In my head, I'm like, nobody fucking cares. Pardon my language.
No, you can swear.
Nobody fucking cares what you look like.
Yeah.
Like, you're looking at the beach and at the pool, and there's all these people, all different shapes and sizes, and I'm literally looking at everybody to be like, oh my God, who can I meet as friends? Like, oh my God, so what's your story? What's your story? I don't even look at person, like, do I see their bathing suit and I'm like, oh, I love that. You know, like, but I wish that we would just remember we're all there for a purpose to have fun and not to judge each other, right? Because judgment's like horrible.
It's awful. And you know, I heard it, I'm going to butcher the quote, so I'm just going to make it my own.
Yeah, of course.
But it's like, how is somebody thinking of you when we're all thinking of ourselves? Yes. Like, because...
It's so true.
Right? Because I'm in my head like, oh my God, these people are judging me. You're in your head thinking the same thing.
Yeah.
We don't have time to judge people because we're judging ourselves.
And wouldn't it be amazing if that little, like little chip would just turn off?
Right.
Imagine what this world would look like.
Yeah.
Or how we would feel or how we would present ourselves in life if we didn't have that.
Yeah.
Like, I wish it just, you know? So that's why I'm hopeful, like, for all these younger boys and girls, because boys go through this too, right? I have 2 boys, and I mean, I remember their friends and whatnot. Like, everybody goes through this stuff, right? Yeah. And I just wish it would just, you know, like, I remember high school and like, ugh.
Yeah, I'm so glad it's done.
I mean, I had a really good high school experience, but it was a small town. Right? Like, I remember Massimo going to Terry Fox, and I'm like, you're going to graduate with 400 kids? Right. Like, that's insane to me, right? Because I couldn't like process that because I was from such a small town, like 100 people in my grad class from both schools. Like, right. Wow. So it's like, oh my goodness. Like, I knew everybody. So I had a pretty good high school experience. Yeah. I mean, obviously a few little hiccups.
Of course.
But nothing like what I think kids go through today, which I think is really unfortunate.
It is.
You know?
It is. And a big part of that is social media.
100%. I couldn't even imagine that. Like, so we had like the 17 magazines. Okay. So I would see it once a week when I went grocery shopping with my mom. You guys in your high school experience saw it like every second. Yeah. And filters. Like, I do admit, and I've always said it, I've been very, very transparent. I will use the Paris filter. Okay. I have rosacea. And so I'm like, I don't like the redness. White, but it doesn't change my features. Yeah. You still see who Lisa Currier is, right? Yeah. It just literally takes away my redness and this little crinkle. That is it. But I'm always transparent. Like, I'll always be like, swipe left. Yeah. Not for anything else other than that. Right. But so it's interesting that, like, I've seen so many with filters that completely alter your features. And I'm like, your nose is not like that in real life.
And nobody talks about it. They're like, this is how I look. Yes. And it's like, no, you don't.
Like, your lashes are not that long. Yeah. Right? Yeah. Your nose is not that pointy. Why are your lips that, like, full? I don't get it. You know, like, be who you are, authentically you, and people will love that no matter what, you know?
100%. Yeah. I don't use filters, and if I do, I always say, like, I'm using a filter. It's clear, but I'll let you know. Like, the other day, I took a picture of myself, and I was going to post it, but then I didn't because I was like, that's not you. And so I got rid of it, and I don't like filters personally because there's certain people who just abuse them. Yes. And then it like turns it off for me. Yes. And so yeah, I don't the ones that I do like are the like, which character are you?
Yeah,
like
the fun ones, right? 100%. I love those.
Or the ones that completely alter your face, but like make you a rectangle or something weird.
Like, it's obvious you're not doing it for like, you know, the pretty factor or the looks or whatever. You're doing it for like that reaction, right?
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, filters for me, I'm not a fan of them, but like also people can do whatever they want 100%. At the same time. Yeah, but you be you, right? But I think it is important to be like, hey, I am wearing a filter because there's people who are watching who are like, you have flawless skin, your eyes are like all these things, and it's like, but that's not real life. No, nobody is perfect. No, even like I use the best skincare. And I still get breakouts, and I still, because nobody's perfect.
Nobody's perfect. Just like
nobody's
perfect. Nothing. And that's it. You can totally be transparent and say, authentically, I'm using a filter today. However, like, I feel with people who are, like, say, selling products. Yeah. Yes. Right? Like, if you sit there and sell, like, I love my lashes. These are real. Yeah. Love them. I feel like if I were to go on and be like, okay, this is what I'm using for my lashes, and this is what I did for growth, and I put on a filter that makes them, like, 10 times as long. Yeah. How, like, oh my goodness. Like, I'm a farce. Like, super false. I just wish people would, like that's when it can create problems and it's not cool because it's not attainable, right? But like,
no, I know because I do, like, I have a skincare account, and like a lot of my stuff is skincare based on my social media. And I go on there, and there will be people promoting skincare products for anti-aging or whatever, and they got a filter on, and I'm
100%.
like, so what is it gonna? Is it just adding? Like, what is this product doing? That's not the way to promote products. No. And or anything really. No. Because you just, I mean, and there are people out there who fall for it and are like, you know, that person has perfect skin. Let me buy that product. And it's like, not at all. No, it's not attainable. It's not attainable.
And like, this is what scares me about like little girls, right?
Yes.
Who look up to these women, and it's like, this isn't attainable. Yeah. Like, you know, show your stretch marks, show your fine lines and wrinkles. Like, I love my wrinkles because it shows how much I laugh.
Right, yes.
Like, to me, I can't wait to tell my grandbabies, not now. But
right.
Too young. But like, I can't wait to tell them, you know, like, I laugh a lot. Like, there isn't a day that goes by that I don't, my goal isn't to have fun, to love more, and to just like be happy. Yeah. So it's like, these are those wrinkles. Yeah. I love that. I love it. Yeah. You know? So.
Yeah, that's really powerful.
Yeah.
And so for me though, social media I never let it affect me like that because I am pretty confident in who I am and that stuff. So it made it easier to ignore the toxic side. I love social media because I love the people that I follow.
Yes.
And that's important too, who you follow.
Absolutely.
Because that's really, it's crazy because we have a world in real life with people that we see and talk to, but then we have a social media life with people that we see and talk to, but not in person, or we don't talk to other than a comment or whatever.
Yes.
And so that life has to be obtainable and it has to complement your actual life. And so I don't know what I'm saying, but
it has to make you feel good. Right?
Yeah.
It has to make you feel good. So if you're following somebody and you're looking at them and you're feeling so much joy and positivity and you're like, this person is really bringing so much goodness to my life and positivity, fantastic.
Yeah.
But then like if you see someone who's always using filters, who you know you're looking at and it's kind of making you feel a little bit like less than, and it's like, oh, she's so pretty and I'm not. And then you start getting those thoughts. It's like, that's not bringing you joy.
Yeah.
That's bringing you negativity. It's making you feel less than. And so like those accounts, no thanks.
Yeah.
You know, so I love
yes
the people I follow. I'm very very specific with who I follow and who brings me joy.
Yeah.
And so those are the people I want to see, and I do have conversations with them, which is awesome. I've met so many amazing people through social media.
Yes.
And I do think it's a great thing. There are some negative things to it, just like anything in life though, right?
Absolutely.
But yeah, it's an amazing thing.
Yeah, I agree. I do love social media because it is so powerful when you use it correctly.
100%.
And for me, I've been realizing that too, because yes, I follow amazing people, but also what am I posting?
Yeah.
And so throughout middle school and high school, it was pictures that made me look good and pictures that show people that I have friends, and like, you know, you're trying to promote yourself in a way that maybe isn't the most authentic. And so 2022, I'm like, that's it.
Yeah.
We're posting whatever the heck you want to post, whether it's, you know, no editing.
Yeah.
Your real thoughts. And so now I use my social media for when I like to say when I'm like politically angry. So if there, you know, the American abortion thing, I posted my thoughts on that. And like women's rights, I post my thoughts on that.
Yeah.
And transgender rights, I post my thoughts on that. And I put it on my feed, not just my story, so it stays there.
Perfect.
Because those conversations are just so important, and I
absolutely.
have so many opinions where it's like, I want you to see it. And
that's powerful.
Yeah, right?
That's so powerful, because that conversation, those conversations need to continue. And it's you, younger generation, that will help literally change that. Because I think my generation's pretty good about stuff like this. I think that we really see it very positively, right? And we're all humans. I love everybody. Yeah. I mean, there's no judgment. I mean, I'm going to judge you sometimes if you cut me off in traffic.
Right. Oh, of course.
I'll be like, are you serious?
Yeah.
But like, you know, with these issues and stuff, like I wish they weren't.
Yeah.
But I feel like like higher generation than me, we need to kind of change those thoughts. And, you know, like, I mean, I know that's such a different topic that we can go to, but I think that that's important for it to be like there, not just a story for 24 hours, but it to be like there forever. So people can go back and read it and be like, that's a powerful message, because those conversations need to keep happening.
Yeah. And absolutely. I go back and I read my own words just to remind myself too, because it's just like, I really do write it when I'm mad, and I feel like writing is such a big thing for me, so I'm pretty good at it.
Yes.
And like, you know, I can go on and make sense of things and say things nicely, and it's not just like, what the heck am I reading? Like, I like how I write.
Yes, good for you.
Thank you. And so, like, I'll go back and I read it, and I'm like, oh, that was powerful. I do love that.
Yes, and share it again.
Right? Yeah.
Share it again.
And then when I share it again, that's when I'll put it on my story or something, and I'll be like, check this out.
Yeah.
Because, those are the things that we need to talk about, because that's what's important to all of us as a society.
100%. It really is. And for the movement of, like, the better, you know, like, they need to keep happening. Yeah. They can't just be brushed under a rug.
No,
you know, like,
absolutely.
Yeah.
So talking about being kind, because you mentioned that earlier, it's really important to you. And why is that? Why do you love being kind? It's kind of a silly question.
It's a great question. You never know what someone's going through. And I know that's like the most often thing that people say, but it really is true. You never know what someone's going through. So being kind, you can change that person's like whole day, right? And so I feel like there are days where I'm moosh, you know, those little moments, and I'm like, ugh. Or I'll go through the Starbucks drive-thru and someone's completely made my day, right? And so like, it's those little things that you can do to be kind. Smile at someone, tell them that you love their sweater, or that, you know, like, thank you so much for holding the door. Being kind is such a powerful action. You know, like, and it just brings, I love the happiness. Like, I really do. I know that's like silly, but I love being happy. I think that, you know, happiness is a choice. You wake up in the morning, you stub your foot, right? Are you going to say, fuck my toe? Or are you going to say, oh shit, that's a reminder I'm alive. Right? Like, that's a reminder that I've got 2 useful legs that will get me out the door. Like, I just feel just being kind and promoting kindness, hopefully, you know, everybody will just, I think it's important.
And you know what? It's easy. It's easy
and
to
it's free.
Yeah.
Right? It's easy and free.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we should all be doing it.
Yeah.
And we do have our days.
100%.
But the thing is like, I can be mad, but you didn't do anything to me to make me mad. So why am I going to bring you down with me?
Yeah.
And so, I think it's something, and that's like, we learn to do that. Because, you know, sometimes like for me in elementary school, I was both bullied and then turned into the bully. Because, you know,
100%. It's a cycle. 100%. Yep.
And so then by the time I got to like later middle school, I was like, that's not cool. We're not going to do that. And then by high school, it was let's be kind and be funny and like, let's just spread good vibes. Yes. And so it's not something that you get right away.
No, it's not. You do train yourself. Yes. And how powerful for you to have had that passage, right? Like just that journey to say like, okay, I recognize what I was doing. I recognize what was done to me, what I was doing. And this is where I came out of it. That's so like powerful, impactful, right? I feel, like there are days where I'm in a shitty mood. Right. But I will always preface it with like, if I text my friend or they need something or a family member, whatnot, I will always say, and like literally they will tell you this, I'll say, I'm in a mood. Okay, so they know if I'm texting them something and it's a bit cold, I don't mean it. It's not personally. It's nothing to you. This is like the capacity I'm at today. Yeah. And I feel like most of my friends are like that too. They'll be like, I'm in a mood or not having a good day or, you know, just being very honest and vulnerable, because I think that's even like, that's being a good friend. Yeah. Right? Like just showing your vulnerability and saying, you know, this is a shitty day for me. So I can't be there 100% capacity. And I always believe that in relationships and friendships. You know how everyone's like, oh, you got to give 50-50. Right. You don't. Because there are some days, like I look at Garth and I. Because I love my Garthy. Yes. I feel like there's days where we can be 50-50. There's days where he's giving 80 and I can only give 20. You know, but it's together we can make that 100%. Yeah. So whatever we can give is what we're going to do. And I think that's why it's worked for 33 years, right?
That's awesome. Yeah. That's really good.
Yeah.
And
and that's with friendships too, right?
Yes.
So like there are days, like if we hung out and there's days where I'd be like, oh God, seriously, I can only give you like 70. Okay. Yeah. And you're like, yeah, I'm having a shitty day. I can only meet you at 30. And it's perfect. Cause then we've made it 100. We've both told each other how we're feeling. So it's not like, is she mad at me? Is she mad at me?
Yeah.
Like I never want to go through that with friends, and I never want my friends to feel that, or family members.
Right.
Is she mad at me? Like it takes a lot to piss me off. It really does. It takes a lot.
It seems like traffic is the biggest thing.
Yeah. I swear to God with traffic.
It really is annoying.
Traffic is just not my you know, but like it does take a lot. And so I just, you know what I mean? You know what I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
And you know what I really, really don't like is when I will be having a bad day and someone's like, slept on the wrong side of the, or whatever, you know it is, and it's like,
woke up on the wrong side of the bed. Yeah.
That really, really grinds my gears.
Yes.
Yeah.
100%. 100%. Like, why can't it just be, I'm having a bad day?
Yeah.
Like, just leave, because then it just, put your back up against the wall. It's like, yeah, I don't like that either.
And I'm not a morning person, and so I make it very clear to people, when I get up, leave me alone. Do not talk to me, nothing. And so there was this one day I was with some family in Harrison, and I woke up and my little cousin was already right at me, and I literally just opened my eyes and I was like, hey, I need like 10 minutes. Is that okay? And my aunt got so mad at me. She's like, he just wanted a hug and you didn't even give him a hug and da-da-da. You had to be so mean to him. And I'm like, no. I needed time in the morning because I literally opened my eyes and he was right there.
And what is it like anything less than for you than it is like more for him? Yeah. Right? Like that's not, I
wasn't mean or anything.
No, you're just like, hey, just need a minute. Yeah. And again, you're being authentic. You're being transparent. Just give me 5 minutes.
Yeah.
Yes.
And it was big drama.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, my kids know that about me.
Yeah.
Like, just leave mom for 5 minutes. Just gonna wake up, slush some water on my face, and hello, good morning.
Yeah. The only soul in this world who can bother me in the morning is my dog.
Aww. Well, I mean.
Right? Because she's just like
she's
kisses.
Special.
Yeah. She makes a bad day good immediately. Yes. I love her so much.
Aww,
you do need a dog.
I do need a dog. I totally do need a dog.
She is the cutest. Yes. Oh, I love her. So this is my mom's question.
Okay. Oh, goodness. Okay.
And I'm going to read it exactly how she said it.
Okay, I'm very excited.
She said, ask Lisa, how are you always so happy? Do you ever have a bad day? And what's your secret?
Okay. So I'm always so happy because life is too short. And Garth's mom passed away when we were in grade 10. Okay. And if I get emotional, I'm sorry.
Okay. We've got tissues.
Okay, good. Seeing that was a defining moment in my life.
Yeah.
And it just showed me how fragile life really is.
Yeah.
And losing a parent like that, right? So it is so defining, traumatizing, sad.
Yeah.
Like I can't, the only thing I can describe it is what I witnessed through Garth. And it was one of the most hardest things to go through together.
Yeah.
I'm grateful we were together, and I'm grateful I was there for him, but it was such a defining moment in my life that I was like, nothing in this world is that shitty anymore.
Yeah.
So I got an F on my test. Who gives a shit?
Yeah.
Oh my God, my friend isn't talking to me because I wore the same outfit today. Oh my God, I don't care.
Yeah.
Like nothing prepares you for that. And so I just remember in that moment, that morning when I called him and he told me she'd passed. And I remember I wasn't kind to my mom, and I still hold that regret to like forever because I was so shocked. I was like, oh my God. And so, I remember in that moment, I was like, I'm choosing happiness. I'm going to choose to make every single moment of my life, because it was sudden. And so you never know when, your life is over and destiny takes over, and it is what it is.
Yeah.
So every single day I make the choice to be happy.
I love that.
Yeah. And so do I have bad days? Absolutely.
Yeah.
I really do.
Well, that's human, right?
100%. Yeah. And so it's the way what is the word? It's the way I find things to, how do I say this?
I don't know.
I'm so ESL. I really am. Like, right? English is a second language. So sometimes it's hard for me. But like, it's hard. Like I find ways to make sure that if I'm having a bad day, find things that will shift that.
Okay.
And so I allow myself to feel it.
Yeah.
100%. I'm in a bad mood. I'm recognizing I'm in a bad mood. Yeah. Something's happened, But then I reframe it always.
Good.
Always reframing and back to choosing happy, choosing to see the good. Some people may say always seeing the good is a negative or weakness. I think it's a very strong thing, and it's a positive.
I agree.
I always try to see the good in everything and everyone.
I love that.
Yeah.
Because, yes, going back to the losing the parent thing,
yes.
I always say this, it's like there's two ways you can go about it. You can either choose to go up
yeah.
or to let it ruin your life forever.
Yeah.
And so me and my brother, we both, subconsciously, of course, you make these decisions.
Of course.
We both chose to thrive from it. And instead of letting it ruin your life and, turning to drugs and doing all that stuff, because that is what I would say is the easier path to go to.
Yeah, to numb those feelings, right?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. We want to both make our lives the best that we can.
Yeah.
And we choose the happiness and we choose success and all of that because, well, first, that's what he would want for us, right?
Absolutely.
My dad would want us to live the best life possible.
Absolutely.
And we want to live the best lives possible too. And so everything you were saying, I was like, I agree. I know. I've been through that.
Totally.
I feel it. I know.
Yeah.
And my grandparents too, like you can see, because everybody deals with death differently.
Absolutely.
The way that my dad's parents are, they let it ruin them. And it's like taking years off of their lives.
Absolutely.
And same thing with my mom. Like sometimes it really gets her down and sometimes she's like, okay, and that's fine. Everyone deals with it differently. But yeah, I was very much like, I don't want to let this ruin my life. Yes, it was the hardest thing, but let's not let it be the hardest thing forever. Let's heal and let's move on.
Yeah.
And so, people will be like, how do you not cry about it? Or how are you not like just devastated? And it's like, well, I felt those feelings and I've been through all of that, but it's been like 10 years now. So I don't want to be that sad forever.
Of
like
course.
It is sad, but I'm not going to be how I was 10 years ago for the rest of my life.
Absolutely. And you can still be devastated.
Yeah.
Just not cry about it every day, right? And even if you need a day to cry about it, that's okay too, right? Because everyone's grief is differently. Mm-hmm. And so there are some times where, like, we'll be watching a show, especially like Grey's Anatomy, when those like death scenes happen. Yeah. I do see Garth and it's like, oh my goodness, I can't even imagine what he's feeling. So it brings things back up, but you're 100% right. You can either go up from it or it can completely destroy you, right? Yeah. And he's done amazing. Like, I love him. He's like my lobster. So I just love how he has committed his life to wanting to make his mom proud, which is really cool. And I know she'd be so proud of him. Yeah. Like so proud. Yeah. I miss it. I feel like I missed out because like apparently we had like some similar characteristics and stuff. Yeah. And I'm like, God, I could have farted in front of her. She would have laughed. Like,
I know. I think about that too because my dad was very funny. He was like, I got most of his characteristics. That's awesome. So
he's living through you.
He is.
So cool.
Yeah. So if you like me, you would have liked him, right? But it's like he was way funnier, like prankster, all of that.
That's awesome.
And so I'm like, oh, people would have loved him, but it's like, it's fine because you're going to get me instead.
Yeah. And that's wonderful. Yeah. Yes. That's awesome.
Right? I love it. So my mom will like that answer.
Yes. Okay. Yeah. That's awesome. And, I genuinely love being happy. Mm-hmm. Like, I feel it's like when I'm sitting there and I'm moosh, I don't like it. Yeah. Like I don't like the way it makes me feel. And I'm like, okay, let's like reframe things. Like, come on, let's change this up,
Do you have people who, when you're around them, you just become moosh?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, me too.
I stay away.
Me too.
I stay away.
For me, and I'm honest about it.
Absolutely.
For me, it's my family members, my some aunts and uncles and all of that. Yeah. And immediately as soon as I'm with them, it's like
you feel it. You feel it. My mom and my dad are like, I love them. Yeah. Love them. Yeah. They bring out the best in me. Mm-hmm. And then of course Garth and my two boys bring out the best in me. Yeah. Some days I want to throw them off the balcony, but that's life. Mm-hmm. Yeah. But like, yes, there are aunts and uncles that when you're around them, you're like, ooh, your energy, like you feel that energy, right? And it's just like, no, I don't like this feeling. And so like I feel, I know that they say like when you hit your 40s, everything shifts, but I think like you're very mature for your age. And I think you do see the bigger picture and the perspective. And I think it's wonderful. And I wish more people would do that.
Thank you.
But I feel like now in my life, I don't need to sit at a table.
Yeah.
I don't need to sit there and appease you. Mm-hmm. I don't we're all different. We all come to a table and bring something. But if you're going to bring me harm, negativity, toxicity, and just such like, ugh.
Oh, yeah.
I don't want that. Mm-hmm. I don't need that. I don't need to sit there anymore. Yeah. And so my mom and dad are so respectful. We've had the most amazing conversations about a lot of people. And I don't even want that for my kids.
Yeah.
You know, like I don't want them to ever be at a table where they're like, oh, I'm feeling less than.
Yeah.
You always need to make sure that you are the sum of the 5 people you hang out with the most. So anything additional to that needs to really make you feel great. Yeah. And I just, no thanks.
And I'm glad you had the positive reinforcement from your parents. For my mom, it's hard for her to understand because she's like, yeah, but they're family. That's where she's always like, but they're family. It doesn't matter. They're family. And I'm like, no. Yeah. Like, my personal feelings and the way that it's not even about how they make me feel. It's the way that I allow myself to feel when I'm with them that's not okay.
Yeah.
And so I had a conversation with one of my uncles, and I was like, look, it's just being around you guys isn't good for my mental health.
Yeah, and you got to take care of that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm like,
good for you.
So there needs to be distance.
Yeah.
And, you know, since I've said that, I felt okay to be around them more often.
Good.
And I felt like I feel okay to have a conversation because now you know that when I'm around you and talking to you, it's because I chose to be.
Totally.
Not because I'm forced to.
100%.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
That's
amazing. And I do feel, for the most part, people are receptive to having those conversations. Some aren't.
Yeah.
And so I'll always be kind. Like I do, like with that, I'll always be kind. If someone comes up to me and slaps me, maybe not.
Yeah.
But like if someone comes into a room, like we have those big Italian gatherings, right? So do I go up to most of my aunts and uncles and cousins that I really am like, oh my God, I love you. I miss you. I just want to spend so much time with you. Or are there some that I'm just going to keep arm's length and be like, hi, how are you? Great. You know, life's good. Fantastic. And I'll walk away because that's me protecting how I feel and not wanting that negativity,
that's
right?
The biggest thing is protecting our own feelings.
Yeah.
Because I always say that too. I'm like, I just need to protect myself.
Yes.
Like, it's like there are walls and some of them are okay and some of them are necessary.
Yeah.
And so these walls go up. My aunt's getting married on Saturday.
Oh, fun. Big Italian wedding?
It's like 150 people, so not huge.
Not huge,
because
but still
there was
pretty
a
big.
budget. Yeah. And so it's going to be, you know, all the aunts and uncles, but also there's a lot of people flying in from like Nigeria and from Toronto and other places in Vancouver because her groom is Nigerian, and so they're all coming in. And so there's going to be a whole other half of the family who tonight we're going to go meet them all and get to know each other because Thursday we're having a Nigerian wedding.
Oh my goodness.
Right?
Fun.
So it's like a lot.
Yes.
It's a lot and a lot of people, and it's going to be a lot of for doing the protecting and knowing your boundaries. And I'm glad I can drink because I'm definitely going to get some champagne in me and hopefully a pina colada if they offer those.
Yes.
So I can't wait for that. Okay, what are things or people who bring you joy? Speaking of, we just talked about who doesn't bring you joy. This is like a good segue question.
Yes.
And why is it important to surround yourself around those people?
They make me better.
Yeah.
You know, positive, happy people make me better. Even like my friends and family, I really do hold so close to my heart. Even people that I've just met for a day, I'm like, you were important to me. There's a reason the universe brought you to me. Either, you know, to teach me something, to show me something, whatever it is. Yeah. I love meeting people. Like I love it.
Yeah.
Seriously, if I could just sit for a day at a table and have so many people come up and meet me,
really?
Oh my goodness. I love humans. Honestly, I love hearing their story. I love hearing what they have to say. Even just like, what's your favorite Starbucks drink?
Right.
You know, what color's your underwear today and why'd you choose it? Right? Like I remember sitting and I saw this man walk by and he had the like most amazing tie, his socks, like everything. I just wanted to ask him like, why did you choose those today? Yeah. Like what sparked you to be like, open your dresser drawer and be like, I want those ones today. Yeah. Right? Like I love talking to people and their like stories and like what they have to say. So if I could do that, I love it. And it's those people that bring me joy. Even negative people still fulfill something in me. And the reason I say this is, and I think it's fine to say, my in-laws are not kind people.
Okay.
They have not been kind to me. They have not been kind to, you know, I still am grateful for them because they are teaching me the headspace I don't ever want to be.
Sorry, does Garth then have a stepmom?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. So they teach me what headspace I don't ever want to be. So it's like, thank you for that lesson, right?
Yes.
And I will never treat my daughter-in-laws like that. I will never, like I just, so that to me is really important too.
That's huge.
Right?
Yeah.
So, but yeah, I think my family and my friends, literally, they're like the best people to be around. And yeah, it's important to surround yourself with people who, bring the good in you.
Yeah, I agree. And you saying what you just said about being around negative people, like, yes, because I do that too. And I didn't even realize until you said that is like, I see people's lives and I'm like, I don't want to live that. And I don't want that for me. Yeah. Thank you for showing me.
100%. I always, it took me a while to get there because I was really upset and didn't understand it. Okay. And I always thought it was me. Yeah. And so I'm like, what am I doing that is like this is too clashing. What's happening? Thankfully, Garth is like awesome, amazing, so awesome. He's just, like we met when we were 12, right? Yeah. So like, we have been best friends forever. And so for him to support that, I feel bad, but he's so good. Like, he's like, Lee, it's not you. And I get it. And, so it's thankfully that's so good. It never came between us. Yeah. But I'm so grateful that I can reframe things when I see someone behaving the way they do. And I'm like, thank you for that. Yeah. I will not be that.
Yeah. And that's the biggest thing I think about being happy is because we're not being happy, we're choosing happiness.
100%. Yeah. And I won't be fake. Yeah. So like if I walk into a room and I'm like you've seen me, right? Like great at camp. You saw how happy I was, like, oh my God, hi everybody. Yeah. So to me, I'm genuinely that person. Like I won't walk into a room if I'm not if I'm not feeling well, I won't walk in and be like, hey, everybody. No, you're going to be like, hey, how's it going? Yeah. Hey, I'm just kind of feeling whatever. But generally I'll walk in and be like, oh my goodness, hi, everybody. Blah, blah. That's me, like at my happiest. Yeah. So but I won't fake it. I like, oh, fake. Like the only thing that should be fake in life is like your teeth and margarine. And maybe your lashes. Yeah. But like I don't do good with fake. And so I don't ever want to be fake. So choosing the happiness. It's not like this is just a persona. Like you choose it. You choose to walk into a room and be like, how can I make everybody else be at their best? Because we can all attain happiness. Like there are shitty days, 100%. There's shitty moments. There's shitty times in your life, but the happiness is still attainable. Yeah. Yeah. And it's all how you how your mind works. Totally. And how you think about the world, how you view the world. That's why I'm a big advocate for reading self-help books, for reading books about habits. Yeah. There's a documentary called The Secret, and it's all about the law of attraction, and which is pretty much just like a form of manifestation, but even better. Yeah. And it's like we really do control our lives. 100%. And our feelings. And it's not always up to the universe. No. It's up to ourselves. Yes. Yes. And so that's, I just love that because that frame and learning about that stuff really changed how I think. And it's really been a couple years, but it's like, oh, it's awesome. Yes. Yeah. And it goes back to the word that I love using is reframing. Because when you wake up in the morning, something shitty happens, you reframe it, right? Yeah. And it's true. You can manifest. Yeah. You can choose how it's like, you can blame and go the easy route and be like, oh, I'm going to blame this, blame that, blame the universe. But you can totally reframe it to go in a different direction. It may take a few days. It may take a year. It may take 2 years. But like, I love that word of reframing because when you reframe things, you look inwardly too, right?
Yes. Yeah. It's so important. And it is true. Like everyone is like, oh, it's so cliche, and it is. Like, love yourself before you can love others, and those type of like you just gotta love yourself. You gotta know yourself. All of that,
100%.
Because it's so important. And really, when you know your worth, you're going to do the things that you want to do, not the things that you feel like you have to do.
Totally. And life's too short to have to. Yeah. Life is like such a gift to want to, and I want to. I want to be a better person. I want to be happy. I want to make other people's lives so like happy. Yeah. I don't want to have to. Yeah. Right?
So what would you say, what would be advice that you would give for people wanting to follow their dreams or wanting to be more happy or whatever it is? Just like what type of advice would you give for people struggling?
It starts with you first. So look inwardly, look at what you want. Yeah. Map out your life and what you want it to look like. Do you want to be miserable at 40 or do you want to be happy? And what does happy look like for you? Yeah. So to me, it's like what I've always said to my kids, and I always will say till the day I die. Yeah. I just want you to be happy. And whatever that looks like to you is, I mean, I would really like it if you could pay your bills. Right? Like, I think that's important and just in life in general. Yeah. But what makes you happy? What will make you tick when you get up in the morning and you're like genuinely like, I'm happy doing this. Yeah. I'm happy being this. Yeah. So map out that life for you and what that looks like. And really the best advice I can give is get rid of the mind chatter. Get rid of the outside noise of who gives a shit when someone's opinion is of you. Yeah. Because most times we stop in life because of what everybody else is saying and what you think they're saying. Yeah. But most of the time they're feeling the same way. So who gives a shit? Go be who you are. Yeah. Like, I mean, my mom and dad, I've had the most amazing talks with my dad, actually. He's like one of the most like intelligent human beings in life. Like I am so proud of I'm so proud of my mom and dad, but you know, considering where my dad's come from, an immigrant and what he's done for himself in this world and the education he has, right? Like, he didn't go to university, but he is one of the most intelligent people I've ever met but like, really, he's always taught me that, like, you are the absolute master of your life. You can make your dreams come true. You can make whatever this life is, make it what you want. And they've always supported me. Like, I remember when I said to them, like, okay, I want to be a blogger now. And they're like, okay, what does that look like?
Oh, I love that.
Right? And they're like, and I've said to him, I really want to share my truth. And I said, maybe I'll be sharing about our family. And I love the words they said, as long as you're truthful, we support you 100%. Because that's your life. That's your truth, right? And I mean, some things my aunts and uncles might not like that I share, and that's fine. I won't name them. Right? But I mean,
you know who you are.
You know who you are, right? And like, if you didn't want a chapter in my book or a page in my book, you shouldn't have treated me that way, right? Like, it is my story. And so I just, I feel the best advice I can give someone is just close out the outside world and just be you. Yeah. Like, chase your dreams and be authentically you and just do it.
Yeah, I love that. It is, you know, definitely hard to block out what other people say because we let it consume us so much. Yes. But really, like, and I'm in that process of like letting it go, but I'm doing a pretty good job so far. And
you're doing great.
Thank you.
Yes.
You feel that difference. Like, you feel, it's like a weight lifted off your shoulders almost, where you're like, oh, I'm doing this and I'm doing it for me, and 100%. Who cares what other people think? And I mean, telling everyone that I was going to become an actress was not the most supported because, you know, to them it's like, okay, but that's not stable. That doesn't offer you anything. And to me, I'm like, it offers me happiness.
Totally.
And that's more important to me than money. That's more important to me than family, to be honest. And that's because that's where my world lies, is with creating and being a storyteller. And so it was like, okay, well, at what point do I stop listening to them? And for me, it was to the point where if it means that they have to leave my life, then that's how it's going to be. Yeah. And sometimes that's how it is, but you just got to, you got to do what's good for you, and you have to listen to what your mind and your body are telling you.
100% you do. Because then, you know, like, again, this life is so short. Yeah. It is so short. You never know what's going to happen tomorrow. And if you've got today and you can make your dream a reality, do it. Yeah. Do it. You know, like, you'll make it. Yeah. Right. You'll make it. Just remember me at your premieres.
I will. That's the funniest thing. It's like everyone, as soon as you tell people you're becoming an actress, they're like, just don't forget me. It's like,
I love this. So when I was 18, I remember telling my dad, I'm like, I want to go to New York and I want to be an actress. And my dad's like, you know. Yeah. And I get it because of, like, I get the immigrant life. Like, I completely understand it. They want more, they want better, and they want stable. Yeah. They want something that's like firm. And I totally respect and understand that. And I love that they, you know, supported me throughout everything. Do I have crazy dreams? I really do. Do I have stuff up here that I'm like, oh, I can't wait to execute this? Absolutely. Yeah. Do I wish that they're going to come true? 100%. Yeah. I just, like, I'm not going to get a second chance. My dad's always said to me, you only get one life, and give it your best performance because it's not your dress rehearsal. This is your life. And I'm like, that's such a powerful thing because this isn't a dress rehearsal. Like, I'm on the, like, stage of life, and I want to be the best Lisa Currier I can be. Yeah, you know? Exactly. So
my favorite quote from an actress, her name's Jessica Harmon. It's not her quote, but it's also her favorite quote. It's, I will not tippy-toe through my life to arrive safely at my death. And it's that's going to be tattooed on my body, you best believe. Right? And so
amazing.
Every time I'm like doing something that's maybe scary or making a decision that maybe I don't want to make or whatever, whenever I'm in like a pickle, I'm like, do it. Do the scary thing. Yes. You will not arrive safely at your death, Alexia.
Don't tippy-toe. Yeah. Make waves.
Yeah.
100%.
Do the things that are scary. Yes. Do all of that because by taking risks, you always hear people who are like, I took this risk and it rewarded me. Like, yeah. And if it doesn't, then you learned something.
100%.
So there's always something to gain from that. Which,
Always.
Right? Let's switch gears.
Okay.
Tell me about the Jilly Academy. What is it? Goodness. What are you learning? Tell me all about it.
Okay, so first of all, Jilly Academy community, unbelievable. Like they are amazing. I love these humans. Like I'm learning so much.
Yeah.
Total transparency. I haven't finished all the courses. Okay. I will, Jilly. I love you. But I love it because like the first course, I won't give away too much.
Okay.
But
right.
It's like your goals. And the way she talks to you, it's like literally she's like, you're like right in the living room with you. And it's been the best investment for me. Yeah. So like you can literally choose your goals and be like, oh my goodness, they're not like, they're crazy and they're enormous. And they're like, she calls them big, hairy, audacious goals. I say big, hairy ass goals. So the BHAGs, I'm like, my BHAGs are so big. And I cannot wait to share and to do and to have stuff come to like fruition. Yeah. So she like literally will like walk you through it. All 3 courses are like your goals, how to like plan your content, how to, for me, it's influencing. Yeah. So, how to do that. And so she's like encompassed it all so beautifully.
Aww,
right.
I love that.
And the community is just so supportive. Yeah. I've met so many amazing humans through it.
Yeah.
And just, oh my goodness. Yeah. Like it's again, like those people in my life, they make me happy, positive, like just incredible.
Yeah, and you post sometimes when you go out with some of the people that you've met, and it seems like a blast. And that's the thing is like, that's what I love about college or stepping out of high school is because then you're now you have the chance to meet like-minded people.
Oh my goodness, it's like. And I've said this to my kids too. Like I know it's from kindergarten to grade 12. It's not like you're forced, but you are in a way forced to be in that classroom with the same people every day, all day.
Yeah.
And then as soon as you hit college, university, or wherever, the work life or whatever, you're finding people who have the same kind of likes as you.
Yeah.
And you're finding your people that make you feel so good. And like you're, so it's been pretty cool to meet these people and to go out and have fun. And I'm all about fun. So
yes. Yes.
Yeah, so it's been amazing. It's been so much fun.
I love that. And I think it is so important too, because college is like one thing, but then doing these programs and learning from people that you love and look up to is way more powerful than a teacher.
Oh, absolutely. And Jillian Harris is someone who is relatable.
Yeah.
And she cares.
Yeah.
And this is what I love. Like I love her.
Yes.
And I just
my mom loves her too.
Oh my goodness.
From
and
TV though.
Even when I met her, like I've met her a handful of times and she's so amazing. And like I remember we went to this talk that she did and it was you feel important. She's not like, oh God, another person. Okay, here, picture, bye. She's so in tune with how are you? She remembered me too. And I was like, oh my God, Jilly. So it just, I just appreciate that from, someone like her. So yeah.
Do you know Casey Clark from Big Brother? She won. She always has the bun.
Yes.
So I also paid for a program with her where it was it would be Zoom calls and we would all have Zoom calls and talk to her and her brother who's actually, do you watch The Challenge?
Yes.
So Casey is with Nani and they're dating.
Them. Yes, I love them. They just had their 1-year anniversary.
I know. And I met Nani as well over Zoom.
Yeah.
But Casey's brother also was in the Zoom calls, but he's now in the new season of The Challenge that will soon come out.
Who is he? Oh, okay.
His name is Kenny Clark. You don't know him yet because he's not been in any of the challenges yet.
Okay.
But he's awesome.
So cool.
Yeah. And it really is like...
Isn't it empowering?
It's so empowering.
Because they're relatable people.
they're relatable.
Yes.
They're listening to you and what you have to say, and they're giving their honest advice based off of that. And it's like, yes, I paid a lot of money to hear them talk to me.
Yes, but worth it.
Worth it.
I know. I am so grateful I invested in this academy. 100%. I'm so grateful.
I paid for it behind my mom's back. Like, it was my money, right? But
I love it.
And then she's like, so why was this much money out of your bank account? And I was like, so you know Casey Clark?
Yes.
Well, to talk to her.
Yes.
And
oh my goodness.
And I love it because Casey and I always, whenever I'm down on myself or insecure, I always think, Casey, she's like, Alexia, girl, I love you. You're going to go so far. Like, that's how she would always talk to me. And so whenever I'm down, I just play.
Remember that.
Yeah. And totally. And all the Zoom calls, like, we have saved. They recorded it and sent it to us. And so if I really need a reminder, I'll go back and I'll, like, listen to Casey and Kenny talking to me. And, of course, when I met Nani, all we would talk about was skincare because she's a medical esthetician and has her own beauty clinic.
Yeah.
And so I'm like, so let's talk skincare. And
that's awesome.
Yeah, so I just love people that you love talking to you, not because I'm like, oh my God, like I idolize you, but just I love the way you think and I want to be like-minded.
Yes.
And so...
And that's the cool thing too, like sometimes if we just take away their like celebrity status, right? Like you see them as a human. It's like, thank you for meeting me at this level. And that's how I see Jillian. Is she a celebrity? 100%. Is she well known? Absolutely. But whenever I like watch her videos for the course or whenever I see her online or if I'll like message her, I take away that celebrity status and I remember like it's Jillian. So I'm talking to her as a mom now or I'm sending her this message because I love what she just did with Leo or, you know, like to me it's so, again, it's relatable, right? Like, and so when you kind of take that piece out, like Casey saying that to you, it's so true.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. And it's like not Casey and Kenny Clark to me. It's like, to me, it's their friends.
They're the human Casey who's talking to you.
They're my role models. Like, they are people who I know I can go to for help if I need. And I'm planning to get them on the podcast.
Yay! Yes.
That's what I'm gunning for.
Okay, manifest.
Yes.
Yes, it's going to happen.
Casey, she's always like, what's your Instagram? I need to follow you. And then she forgets to. And so then I can't DM her. Like, I try because, like, you know, her DMs are, I'm sure, full.
Oh my goodness.
I go to Kenny and I'm like, okay, Kenny, because he follows me and so I'm like, look, I want to talk to you and Casey, but I'm waiting for the challenge to come out.
Yes.
So then I could watch the season and then have them on.
Yeah.
That's and awesome. Hopefully Nani too.
Yes.
So yeah, I love, because I always see you doing the Jilly Academy and it makes me think of doing it was called Mind Strong with them.
Nice.
And so, and they have a shirt that they gave me, and it says, like, Mind Strong as well. So if I do an interview with them, I'll wear that shirt.
Absolutely. You must.
It's not my fashion, I'll be honest, but I'll wear it for them.
Aww.
Okay, so, let me read this one because there's a quote.
Okay.
So you were featured on the Jilly Academy Instagram, right?
Yes.
Saying,
so proud.
Lisa is such a vibrant soul with an infectious smile. Positivity radiates through all her content. Thank you for bringing joy to our feeds. Now tell me how it was when you first saw that. When you saw the little notification that you got tagged, tell me about it.
Like, pinch me.
Yeah.
Pinch me. Those words were just filled my heart. Like, filled my heart and just, it's exactly, they put it into this little paragraph of exactly what I wanted to be and do for the world and the social media platform. So I was so grateful. I was so surprised.
Yeah.
I loved the photo they chose. I was like, oh my goodness, that's one of my cute ones. But yeah, I was so grateful, like so grateful, pleasantly surprised. And just, again, it just, you know, shows how much they support us. Yeah. You know, and it makes you feel so good.
Because they do a feature.
Yes, feature alumni.
A lot of people who are in the academy, right?
Yeah.
So, because I remember you posted about it, and then when I was preparing my stuff for you having to come on the show, I was, you know, going through your Instagram. I'm like, oh yeah, I remember she was posted. So I went back to it and I reread it and I was like, oh yeah, we've got to talk about this because that's huge.
It was really, really special.
Yeah. And when I feel like it's, you know, Garth could tell you this, but it means something more from somebody else who you look up to.
Totally.
Not because it doesn't mean anything.
No,
Garth
it's different.
You, but,
it's so different, and it's like validation.
Yeah.
And it's like, you know, being among like-minded people and like they're doing the same thing as you, and you're like, wow, like I feel seen, I feel heard, and I feel loved and supported. And so that's a special thing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And that's how Casey made me feel too, just with like the things that she would say.
Yeah.
It's just it's awesome. I love it.
Yes.
Okay, so you're creating a blog and now a podcast.
Yes.
How did you discover your passion, and do you have any info about what you're working on that you can share?
Yes, of course. So yes, the blog. I love writing. Mm-hmm. It is like one of my favorite like
pastimes,
and just I love doing it. I remember my grade 12 English teacher told me I would amount to nothing if it was to do with writing. I was like, thanks. Like challenge accepted.
Yes.
So it's just I've always loved writing.
Yeah.
And for me, I feel like my writing is the way I write is the way I talk. So it's never going to be like, you know, in like a biology textbook.
No, gosh. Nobody wants to read that either.
But like I feel like when you're reading my stuff, you can actually hear my voice and hear me saying it to you.
Yeah.
And so I feel like it just, and I can get words out really good. The other night, actually, two of my friends, they were so lovely and said, the way I use my words is like everything they're thinking, but they can't put on paper. And so that made me feel so special. I was like, like I have a gift of writing.
Yeah.
And so, I'm working on a blog, just finalizing a few things and, you know, all that. And so I just want to share people, share experiences, share adventures.
Yeah.
And then the podcast, I don't want to share too much.
Okay.
But it's going to be like a different spin on something.
Okay.
Yes. I'm very excited.
Do you have a name?
Not yet. Not yet. It's in the works.
Okay.
It's in the, like, there's like 2 or 3 and I'm like, cause you know, when you like want that and then you want the sticky statement that makes people come to it. Yeah. I'm trying to figure out the sticky statement. But I'm excited for it.
Yeah.
I feel it's relatable and people will tune in because it's like, who's she talking to now?
Yeah.
Yes.
Love that.
Yes.
Yeah, for me, at first I liked the name Between Us because one of my favorite songs from one of my favorite bands is called Little Mix. They have a song that is, they just decided to stop their band because lots of them had kids. And so they're like, well, we want to focus on being moms now. And so they wrote a love song to each other. Aww. And it makes me like cry every time. And it's called Between Us. Aww. And I was like, oh, I love the song. Plus it's like, this podcast is Between Us. Yes. But it seemed like a lot of people had that name.
Okay, you know what the funny thing is? One of mine literally is just Between Us.
Oh, really?
And that's what I thought. I thought, this is so saturated. Like, it's just so like, oh, just between us. Like, why is it just between you? Right? Like, what are you going to say? So I was like, So it's like third. Yeah. The first one I think is very catchy. And I think that's the one like I keep going back to. So I think I might do that one.
Ooh, yay. Yes. Yeah, and then because I saw that there were so many people and like same thing, I'm like, oh, I don't know. Yeah. I was like, I don't care. I don't care.
I don't care. It's brilliant.
I say that all the time.
Yes, it's brilliant.
Thank you.
Yeah.
And it's fun. It's like, I don't care.
Yes.
So I loved it. I Googled it and it didn't seem like there was really anything. I mean, maybe like somebody would have something kind of similar, but not really. And I was like, let's take this right now.
It's perfect.
So thank you. But it was also like a matter of a morning. Yes. And I was like, okay, I want to create a podcast. Okay, I need an RSS account. Okay, let me go in here.
Well, I think it's great because it draws, like, as soon as I saw you did that, I was like, I don't care. I'm like, that's perfect. Because, like, when you're driving or when you're doing housework and you're like, it is literally, I don't care. Yeah. I don't want to hear about, like, biology or physics or, you know, and, you know, kudos to those people who can actually listen to that and not fall asleep. Right? Like, I love biology. Just don't retain it.
Yeah. I love astronomy, but I can't keep anything in
like
here.
Physics in grade 11, I forgot, Mr. K. I can't pronounce his name. I could never pronounce his name. But Mr. K, I think, felt so sorry for me because I couldn't retain anything. He's like, I'm going to give you 58%. Oh. I was like, okay, thank you. I don't understand it. What's density?
Those were my math teachers.
Yes. I was like, thank you for being so kind. Yeah. But like, I like it. I like learning, but I can't retain it. So like when you look at something like I don't care, it's like, I want that. I want that. I want to listen to because you know it's going to be easy and it's going to be impactful, but easy.
Oh, easy.
Which I love.
And I like it too because it's like for me, it's not like under one category,
which is great.
Then that just got too stressful for me. I'm like, I'm only one thing. So I'm just like, whatever I want to talk about, I'm going to talk about.
And see, this is why this has like really stopped me like so much, because like I've been wanting to launch this blog forever.
Yeah.
And it's like niche down. And I'm like, I don't want to niche down.
Yeah.
There are so many things that I want to talk about and so many things I want to do that like it's going to, and I know that they always say like, if you want to talk to everyone, you're going to talk to no one. But it's like, no, people will listen.
Yeah.
People who, like, even if I get 10 listeners.
Yeah, literally.
That's it. That's it. Like, for me, it's like, yeah, so it's hard when they say niche down, because when you're under this little umbrella, it's like, but I want to go there, right? Like, and the umbrella's not going to take me there.
And me too. I signed up for a bunch of like free podcast courses, and all of them were like, be under one category, only talk about one thing. And I'm like, why? Like, I understand that's going to get me the most views, but that like restrains me, and I do not do well if I'm restrained. So
maybe it's the Italian in us.
Yeah, I think so.
Because we're like, not happening.
Yeah, we're like, you're telling me what to do? No, not happening. No. So yeah, I'm like, I'm just gonna be big.
Yes.
And I say this is the podcast where I talk about anything and everything.
Yes, which is perfect.
Thank you.
Which is perfect. Yes.
So yeah, I just did all of that. But also you were saying that your English teacher told you whatever.
Yeah, I wasn't going to amount to anything if I used English, like if I was writing. Which is like great. That's great teaching skills.
Right? Oh gosh. I had one compliment, and it was a compliment, where I was asking my teacher for help. I'm like, okay, so I had someone edit my thing, and they want me to to make the sentence more like this. And I was like, but this is how mine is. And she goes and looks at me. She's like, Alexia, you have a gift of getting your point across in the least amount of words. That's something that a lot of people can't do.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh my God, thank you. Yeah. And if you're not really a writer, that means nothing to you. But I was like, oh my gosh, like I know how to condense my sentences and get everything I need to say out.
Which is so good.
Yeah,
yes, you don't have run-on sentences.
Yeah, I don't need semicolons. No! Get it all done. I'm like,
that's so good. That is a nice compliment.
Right?
Yeah.
And, like, I think if most people got told that, they'd forget it.
Yes.
But I'm like...
But it's a defining moment.
Yeah.
Like, this teacher, that was a defining moment in my life, but I was like, really? Like, you just said that to me? Like, kick a girl when she's down.
Right?
So, and he said it in front of the class, which is even shittier. And so I was like, wow, okay, like, sorry, I don't know how to write Shakespeare, but I won't be writing Shakespeare in my life. Like, really? So, like, and I remember it was The Taming of the Shrew. Okay. And I thought it was like, first of all, grade 12, we shouldn't be reading that shit.
Right.
But like, I was like, what? Okay. And I thought it was like a powerful, like, story, play, whatever. And then I wrote something about it. And then he's just like, oh my God, no, you're never going to get anywhere in life if you write. And I'm like, are you serious right now? So like, fair enough, fine. That's what you think. But it just, it lit a fire under my butt. And I was like, I think
high school teachers really at all shouldn't, unless it's positive, shouldn't say any of their opinions if they're negative.
I agree. I think that teachers lifting students is the way to do it.
Yeah.
And if you're having a moment where that student's like testing you, tight lip, just don't. Because I mean, I get it. Like, but yeah.
Yeah. We're so influential at that point, and we're figuring out what we want to do. And if
you're so impressionable.
Yeah, and if I'm like, I want to be a writer, I think, and then your writing teacher is like, well, actually, you suck at it, and then you're like,
great,
never mind, let me go back to the drawing board.
And that's one person's opinion.
Yeah.
One person's opinion, and I don't know, it's so funny, because, like, I guess this is humanity, but, like, you can have 100 people in the room, and 99 of them are saying, you're amazing, you're an amazing writer, you're so incredibly talented, and that one fucking person who looks at you is like, this sucks. That night, you will focus on that one person. And it's almost like you're wanting to try to, like, influence them to say, no, but look, read this part. Or don't you think this is good?
You want to change their minds.
Yes, it's like 99 people, focus on them. Fuck the 1%. Like, just tell them to go away. So to me, it's like, it's hard, but again, reframing, right? Yeah. It took me a while to get to that place where it's like, you know what? I'm not going to focus on that one person. Yeah. These 99 people is where I'm going to give all my love and positivity and attention to.
Isn't it like for every you need 10 compliments for every one misjudgment or whatever.
Yes.
And it's just crazy how
like our minds work.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. It's so crazy. It's so interesting to learn about.
Well, I love
sometimes I know it's boring. Like it depends.
Sometimes you're like, I don't care about the cerebellum.
Mm-hmm. I don't care. Yeah.
Right, exactly. I don't care.
Yeah.
Period.
Yes. Okay. I love this question as well.
Okay.
So when it's your birthdays,
yes,
you don't say, even just as you are, you don't say, I am 45 years old. Yeah. You say, I'm level 45.
Totally.
How did that start and why?
Okay, funny story.
Yes.
My grandma always used to say that we're like 1 year older. So like if I was turning 45, she'd be like, oh, you're in your 46th year now. And I'm like, don't age me. Like that's dumb. I don't want to hear that. So it was like probably still elementary school, like grade 7. Because when I went to elementary, it was K to 7. It wasn't K to 5 and then middle school, which don't even get me started on that.
Oh yeah.
Okay, so I remember thinking like 45 years of age, or like I remember planning. It was grade 7, and me and my best friend Juliana, we were like, we're gonna have kids at this age. We're gonna do. So it's like you have it kind of like predetermined and like premeditated what your life should be because of all these outside influence and factors of like, you should be graduated, you should have a husband, you should have 2 children, 2.3 children to be exact. You should have 1.7 vehicles. Like, it's like, oh my goodness, like just let people live. So I remember being like, no, my life is going to be levels.
Oh, I love that.
Like, it's going to be levels. I'm level 13, and that's better than level 10.
Yeah.
I'm like, like when you're like, it's just everything in life. So I always try to like compare it to like when you're playing Mario Kart, right?
Yeah.
Your levels, you just keep getting experience and lessons and like life experiences. And it's like, it makes you better.
Yeah.
And so I'm not going to sit there and be like, oh shit, level 50. Like I'm 50 years old. Like I'm dead, right? Yeah. It's like, holy shit, I can't wait to get to level 50. Level 50 is going to be so incredible. It's going to be better than level 40. It's going to be like, look at in those 10 levels, what I've gained.
Yeah.
So I'm always leveling up.
You hear that, Mom? You're turning 50 in February, but you're leveling up.
She's leveling up.
Yeah.
She's like the best at level 50.
What, Beyonce has a song called Level Up, right?
Yeah. Level
Play
up,
that.
level up, level up.
Yeah.
See, I'm telling you level up. And so, again, reframing it. Rather than seeing as it a negative thing and like we're getting older and oh my goodness, like, it's level up to your best.
Yeah. Oh, I love it. Because I just remember that from, I think it was your last birthday, you were explaining a little bit about that.
Yeah.
And then when I was writing these questions, I remembered, and I was like, oh my God, I gotta ask about this.
Yeah, I remember not wanting to be in that box in grade 7. And I remember like, we both said we wanted to be neighbors and have our porches and sit with our kids. And I was like, we are in a box. Yeah. Like we are like, no, I don't want to be put in a box. I don't want this like, oh my goodness, we're going to be 30 and dead, right? Like, it's like, no, we're going to be like leveling up. Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's when it shifted.
Okay, let me ask a question about what you just said in that answer, which was that you had a plan for your life of what it would be like when you're this old, whatever. Yeah. How did that go?
Oh. Not as planned. No. Not as planned. And I think it's wonderful.
Yeah.
Because I mean, you can only plan so much. You can plan your courses. You can plan your timetable. Yeah. You can't plan life, right? Like, you really can't. Life happens to you. And I think it's wonderful, and it's how you take it.
Yeah.
So for me, I married the boy of my dreams. I love that we stayed together, right? Like, quick little story. We met at 12, started dating in grade 9, and have been together ever since.
Oh,
and
beautiful.
So 33 years together, 22 married.
2 kids.
2 kids, so it's life happened. And I loved it. And I wouldn't change it for the world. Everything that I thought I would have planned, I'm happy didn't go as planned. Yeah. Right? So, I mean, I love when life happens.
Yeah, it's
and when
so cute.
When you see it in that perspective that life happens, you, like, to me at least, I don't get caught up on the, oh shit, I'm blaming the world for this. Yeah. It's like, oh, okay, so this happened today. Let's try to get through it, or let's reframe it to like suit us, or, so yeah.
Yeah. Because it's still today, so many people are like, okay, by 25, I want to have this many kids, must be married and whatever. And it's like, especially now, like that does not happen.
No. And it's good to have goals.
Yes.
It's good to have goals. But when you set yourself up in that little box What happens when you're 25 and you didn't have that kid?
Yeah.
You're setting yes, and you're setting yourself up for disappointment. Yeah. I feel like in life, I know this sounds really not smart. I don't have expectations.
Yeah.
And if something great happens to me, if something bad happens to me, I take it as it comes. Mm-hmm. But like with friendships, with family members, I don't have expectations. The only thing I would love is kindness, right? And that level of respect. Yeah. But the expectation, so if I'm never a tit for tat kind of girl. If I give you a coffee, I don't expect one tomorrow. Right. It's from my heart. I'm going to do it. I'm giving to you. There's no expectation, because the minute you place an expectation, you get disappointed. 100%. And so that's just how it is when you plan your life. Yeah. You know, you can have goals and say, I want to have a degree. Yeah. I want to have, a successful podcast. Yeah. I'm going to do it. But imagine if you said, I need to have this podcast. It needs to hit 100 million views by November. What happens if that doesn't happen? Yeah. You're going to sit there and be like, I feel like shit. Mm-hmm. I failed. I'm disappointed. I'm going to stop. I'm going to quit. Why? Why put that pressure on you, right?
Yeah. And it can get confusing as well, because I know for me in college, we learned about like the 5-year plan, writing down everything you want done in 5 years. And it's like a part of it I understand and it works. But also then there's that other part where it's like, well, if things don't happen in 5 years, does that mean I failed? No, it just means that wasn't the right time. Yeah. So I don't do the 5-year plans, the 10-year plans, the 20, whatever. Yeah. Because I'm like, I want to be an actress. Yeah. And that might happen today. That might happen in 5 years. Yeah. It might happen tomorrow. Like, we don't know.
No. And it's good. Like, my dad's famous saying is, if you don't know where you are in 5 years, you're already there. And I get it. And Garth and I will sit down and literally have a 5-year goal of like finances and like our mortgage and where we want to be and like all that stuff. Because that's life. Like, we have to plan. We're paying for our son to go to university. Yeah. You know, we have to think about Enzo in university. So it's like those 5-year goals are important.
Well, those are obtainable things that you can have in your hands.
Yes. Yeah. But I don't want to sit there and think like, okay, in 5 years, I have had to do A, B, C, D, E, F, G. Like, because that's like, no.
Stressful too.
Yeah. So it's like the 5 years, okay, we renewed for 5-year mortgage. Yeah. I get that. That's on pen and paper. Yeah. It's something that's concrete. You got to do it fine. But like,
you got to do it. That's the thing.
Right? Yeah. Those things I get. Yeah. But like other things, like, no, live life.
Yeah. Because then it's too like, you're counting down the days. You're like, okay, today is done, but I didn't get what I needed to be done. And it's like, I'm in a book club and we have a month to read the book. And it's like, okay, I have a month to read a book, which I can, because I can read pretty good. But then you have all these other things that you have to do. And next thing you know, it's like almost done the month. And it's like, oh shit, I gotta read. No. And it's like, I will let myself get stressed over for a book club, but I will not do that for anything else. Because it's, why are we putting added stress on us? It doesn't make sense.
No, it reminds me of the actor, I don't know how to pronounce his last name, John Krasinski. He's from The Office. Okay. So he went on a talk show and he said, he told his mom he was going to move to wherever he moved, LA, whatever it was. And he was waiting on tables. And he's like, okay, if I don't get a part by such a date, make sure, like, I just want to come home or whatever. And so his mom, he phoned his mom. It was September, October. And he phoned his mom and he's like, hey, it doesn't look like I'm going to get any parts. I'm just going to come home. And she's like, why don't you just wait till December? Just like wait and see what happens. Yeah. And then he got The Office. And look at what an amazing thing that was, right? Cute. So he put himself in a box and said like, okay, if it doesn't happen by September, I'm done. Imagine if he went home. Like, he is such an amazing actor and gave the world The Office, which was like the funniest. And I'm like, imagine if you went home. And good on that mom to say, just wait it out. Yeah. You are talented. You got this.
That's, I would say, maybe my second most asked question is, well, how long are you going to try the acting
However long it takes.
And that's what I say. Yes. They're like, okay, but like, you know, you're not going to get a job or something. And I'm like, no, that's not my plan.
But do you find that some people who aren't as creative are in a box?
Yeah.
Right? Because I'm a very creative soul too. And I feel like people who aren't as creative are literally timelined in boxes. There's nothing wrong with it, but they don't know how to think outside the box. And to say like, oh, so she's like willing to wait like 10 years. Yeah. Like that's not stability. Like, oh my goodness.
I know. People are hung up on stability. And it's like, life is so much more than being stable. And it is important to be able to pay your stuff and to not get in debt. Yes, we 100%. Need to do that.
Yes.
But at the same time, I'm living at home.
Yes.
I don't have to pay for anything right now.
Yeah.
Yes, I want to be able to pay off stuff and like help my mom out.
Yeah.
But it's not to the point where like I'm going to throw my life away. And so, you know, a job opportunity came to me, and it's to teach acting.
Awesome.
And it's not every day, and it's once in a while, but I took it, and it pays pretty good, and that's great because I'm still doing the acting thing, and I'm teaching, and it's like
on your
great,
resume.
and it came to me.
Yeah.
I didn't look for it. I was posting a reel on my dog's Instagram, and I get a phone call from the owner of this college I went to, and he's like, hey, so this school is looking for an acting teacher to teach kids at camp, and I thought of you right away. He's like, you want it? I'm like, yes, absolutely.
Yay!
And there we go. So it's like when you like, I don't know, when you put yourself in those boxes, those opportunities don't come to you.
No.
And so.
And I know because sometimes I've put myself in the box.
Yeah.
Because of like outside voices. Yeah. It's like, oh, okay, so I'm 45. I'm being funny on Instagram. And like, what are people saying? Yeah. And I'm like, oh, fuck it. This is funny. Like,
yeah.
Right? Yeah. Like, I want to make people laugh.
Yeah.
Right?
Okay. I love talking about books.
Yes.
Are there any books that have inspired you, that you love? Do you love reading?
I do. Okay. I don't find nearly the time to do it, which is terrible. I was such a bookworm in school. Like, I loved reading. I couldn't like have enough books in my house.
I'm the same right now.
As an adult now, which really, I don't. And I know that's terrible. But yeah, I don't read as much as I should.
Do you have one that you remember from when you were younger that influenced you?
Ramona.
Oh, I've never heard. What's that about?
Oh my goodness, just this little brat child totally reminded me of me.
Love that.
So yeah, Beverly Clearly, I think that's her name.
Okay.
Is the author. And yeah, Ramona and Beezus, her sister, like just funny, laugh out loud, getting in trouble kid. I remember it resonated with me because I was always told too loud, like all my teachers, talks too much, too loud, you know, and it's like
class clown or whatever.
Always the class clown.
Yeah.
And it's like, that's who I am though. Like find something. I remember one of my teachers, Mr. Balaj. He actually just retired and I sent him a message, but Aww. Frank, I remember such a brat, grade 8, walk in his classroom and I start singing the song, I Love Bread and Butter. Okay. And so he's trying to teach. And I literally am looking at my friends and I'm like, I love bread and butter. And then he's like, Miss Caruso. I'm like, I love bread and jam. And he's like, you need to go in the hallway. And I'm like, that's what I like singing. So I just like mosey my way outside. Mm-hmm. And I remember he used that to my strength. Yeah. He came after, like, he's like, hey, after class was done, he came, like, I had to go back in and I'm like, I'm really sorry, Mr. Balash. And he's like, no, he's like, you know, I get your energy. And he's like, I understand that you want to have fun and stuff. He's like, okay, but like, maybe let's do this. And he made like a plan for me. Awesome. And it was like, he worked on my strengths. He didn't make me feel like shit. He didn't make me feel less than. He didn't like, you know, call me down in front of all the students. He literally was like, okay, so let's do these things or let's do that. And I'm like, that's an amazing teacher.
That's a good teacher.
Right?
There's like, sometimes I think teachers get stuck on their power trip and it's like, you forget, going back to what we were saying earlier, how influential you are on our minds. Because we're talking about things that teachers have told us. And I mean, I know I just graduated high school, but like even in elementary school, like we remember and we hold on to things that they say because at the time, that's who we looked up to.
Oh my God. And you wanted to please them and impress them and be like, oh my goodness, like me, right? Because it's your teacher. It's exactly the person you look to who's like guiding your whole day, you know? So like, and I've always been a silly kid. I've always like silly kid at heart.
Yeah.
It's never been like mean. Yeah. But like, I like making people laugh. Like I remember one of my teachers, she's like, okay, we all need to stand up and say what we like. And I think it was grade 2. Mm-hmm. And I stood up and I was like my friends were like, oh, I like rainy days. I like summer vacations. I stood up and I'm like, I like boys. So of course everyone's laughing. She's like, Miss Caruso. I'm like, it's funny. Yeah. But what's wrong with me liking boys? I like boys. Yeah. And so it just, you know, like I was always that silly kid.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I love being silly and goofy. Yes. I'm definitely that in between person where it's like I can be silly, I can be goofy, I can also be like mature and serious.
Oh, totally, 100%. Like,
but it's like boring.
It is like bring me to a funeral, I will be serious.
Yeah. You're not saying bread and butter.
But I also, if I feel like, you know, where like the funeral's over and people are talking, I'll throw the jokes.
Yeah.
Because to me, like my humor is my like defense mechanism and coping mechanism.
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah.
And so like if I'm always throwing jokes out there. But I also feel like when you laugh, it's kind of like that, like that, okay, like break the ice, and, you know? So I've always been that kid.
You know, I have pretty dark humor too. And so people will be like talking about their dad sometimes, and I'm like, I don't know, my dad's dead, so I can't relate, or like stuff like that, and
they're like, oh
and
my
it's
goodness.
like, yes, it's like that, oh my god reaction, and to me that brings me so much joy. I'm like, you are so uncomfortable right now. And it's like not that uncomfortable, it's just like goofy, and
totally.
So yeah, I love my dark humor. I mean, my whole world is quite literally surrounded by horror. It's books I read, the stuff I watch, and so I know some good dark humor, and that's where I'm at.
That's awesome.
Okay, let's play.
Yes.
Name that Starbucks drink.
Yay! Okay, let's go.
So, the first one, strawberries and cream frap with 3 pumps of vanilla and raspberry syrup.
Dreamsicle.
Dreamsicle. Ooh, I love that. I called it the berry scream.
Oh, that's cute. Oh, I love it.
I wrote down my things, and I wrote it. I was like, I think it would be named this too, so I could tell you.
That's awesome.
Double chocolate chip frap with white mocha syrup and caramel drizzle.
Oh my goodness. Oh, what comes to mind? I don't know. Choco Dream.
Okay, what did you call it?
Choco Dream.
Love it. I called it yummy in my tummy.
Oh, that's so good.
Hot chocolate with 1 cup cinnamon syrup and toffee nut syrup topped with marshmallows and chocolate sauce.
Oh, I actually want that.
You can order that.
Oh, because I'll be like, Massimo, when do you work next? Mommy wants this drink.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. Mamacita.
Oh, yes.
Yes.
Mine's not fun. Mine's just campfire delight.
I love that.
Okay, so those 3 I got from like the Starbucks secret menu.
Yes. Oh, I love secret menus.
This one I created.
Oh,
and it's actually quite disgusting.
The more disgusting, the better.
Right? It's a matcha pink lemonade with 2 pumps raspberry syrup.
Oh my god, that is gross.
Right?
Oh my goodness.
You can try that drink too.
That'll be a
Starbucks Saturday.
Starbucks Saturday. I'll be like, ooh, this one's just for Alexia. Okay, you need to send me that. I actually am going to try it. Okay. I'm so trying it.
Okay. You've got to let me know.
Yeah.
It sounds so gross. I guess we can call it the gross drink.
Yes, the gross drink.
Yeah.
Yes.
I called it Sweetie Pink, but like that sounds too good for what it is.
Yes. No.
Oh, goodness.
That's
okay,
awesome.
those were, I only wrote down 4 because
awesome.
I was like, this is difficult writing all this down. I got
Yes.
crazy.
Aww.
Okay. But before we get into the whisper challenge,
yes,
let's quickly talk about Big Brother.
Yes.
Are you watching this
I'm
season?
watching this season.
Did you watch last night's episode?
No.
Okay, so where are you at?
Daniel got evicted.
Okay, so last week.
Yes.
Okay, did you like Daniel?
I am not a fan of people specking people out like you did.
Mm-hmm.
I am all about conversations. They can be heated conversations because I feel like emotions are totally valid. I did not like how he said to Taylor, like, don't talk to me. I didn't like that. And especially everybody in that circle.
Mm-hmm.
It is, I don't like using the word bully. I think it's very, I think it's overused and very loosely used. But that to me did feel like bully behavior because he's saying something, nobody else is saying anything in that thing. And she's confused as hell as what the hell did I do?
Yeah.
So
she's just eating her Lay's chips.
Yes.
And having a good time.
I cannot believe how many chips that girl eats.
Right.
She's just like,
gosh.
And of course it's the editing too, right?
Yeah.
But I feel he's obviously a good person,
Mm-hmm.
but I can't picture myself in a house. Like I did audition for one.
Oh, you did? You gotta keep auditioning.
I want to be on Big Brother.
Me
like
too.
You have no idea. But like I can't imagine what that does to your like psyche and like mental health and like how you just lose it. So like, do I advocate that he did that? No. Do I understand it and I empathize with all those players? 100%. I'm happy he's gone.
Yeah.
Because I feel like there is a little bit of a dynamic shift in the house now.
Yeah.
I'm loving the leftovers. Yeah. I think that is hilarious that they came up with it and everyone's like, oh my God, they're kind of like the leftovers.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So it's kind of fun. Yeah, so.
I like the leftovers as well, but I did actually like Amira a lot.
Yes, she was
good. And I was so sad that she was their first victim.
Like totally blindsided.
Yeah.
Like, oh my goodness.
But also it was really funny because she did literally say that they are leftovers.
Yes, that's what I love. She's like, oh my God, they're like the leftovers.
Yeah.
I'm like, you just called them what they really are.
Yeah.
Like, it was awesome.
It was so funny.
Yes.
But yeah, I thought she could have gone far.
Yes.
But I mean, she didn't even make it to jury.
No.
Tell me about your thoughts on Jasmine.
Okay, who's Jasmine again?
The big hair,
oh my God,
Southern.
I love when she goes in with Julie and she says, like, you're as fine as an apple pie. Or she has all those little, like statements.
Even Julie, she laughed.
Yes, I think she's adorable.
Mm-hmm.
And good for her for pushing through that injury.
Yeah.
Like, that looked painful.
It did. It's funny, though, because I feel like a lot of people are like, she might be taking it too far.
Well, I thought by now she could walk.
Right?
But I mean, whatever her game goal is, right?
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Because it's a sprained ankle. It wasn't anything too serious.
No.
It's funny. She's got some funny humor. It's a mixture of, like, loving when she talks because it's like, well, hello,
I
everybody!
need her to stop with the muffin. Stop with the muffin.
Oh,
Who ate my muffin? Who ate my muffin? Now, what was the other one she was looking at?
Well, now it's who drank the beer or whatever it was.
Yes, and she's just like nonstop. Yeah.
My favorite thing is Jasmine's relationship with Turner, the rug guy.
Yes.
Because he does not like her. and he's just like, she is so annoying. Yes. And I love Turner.
Yes.
Love Turner. Yeah. And I think it's so funny because he's not mean about it.
No.
He's just like silly and goofy. Like when I think it was Kyle hit like her foot.
Yeah.
And she was like, ow! And Turner looked in the camera and was like, what?
What happened?
And then he's like, replay the tape because I don't even think he hit her.
I know. I hope he wins.
Right?
I hope he wins. He's very likable.
He is.
Yeah.
From the moment we saw his, video, and he's like, I own a thrift store and I make rugs for a living.
He's
I was
so
like,
cute.
I love you.
Yes,
I want a rug from you.
Yes.
I don't even like rugs, but I'll take it.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's awesome. Who else is there?
Michael. Do you like Michael? I have I don't know.
I don't know. I think I like him. Like, I think he could win.
Yes, because he's a super fan.
Yeah. Lots of them are super fans.
I know,
this
but
year.
he waffles too much and flip-flops.
He does.
And I mean, I guess in the game of Big Brother, you have to lie and you have to flip-flop and stuff, but I'm like,
There's ways to do it.
Yes.
Like, I do love a good manipulator.
Oh my goodness.
And a good liar.
Yes.
Like the winner of last season.
Well, and I love what they did.
Mm-hmm.
Like, they paired up. Like, it was strategic and it wasn't, hurtful.
Yeah.
I mean, there was, some, scheming going around. Mm-hmm. But, I love how they did it. It was smart. But I feel like Michael's trying to recreate something like that, but he's not being, good about it. Do you know what I mean? Moral compass good.
It feels like this season is a bit more personal than game. Yes. I don't know if you're getting that as well.
Yes.
Where it's like, stop. Mm-hmm. I don't care about your guys' personal feelings about each other.
No, I'm just here to win the game.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And I know that do you watch the live feeds?
No.
Yeah, neither do I.
No.
But my friend sort of does. And she's like, the edit, makes certain people who are genuinely not good people look like great people.
Really?
Like Terrence.
Yeah, I could see that.
Right? He's talking mad shit about Taylor all the time. Same thing with, I always forget her name. The Brazilian girl.
Oh.
I know it starts with an I think.
I can't remember either.
Well, anyways,
yes.
She always is super mean to Taylor as well. It seems like everyone is really mean to Taylor.
But why? Like, what happened?
She's such a nice person.
Yes, like, I know she came in, and all of a sudden it was like she went and talked to the guys, and then the girls didn't like it. And I was like, why are we even doing, like, girls against guys? Like, go find the people who you want to, like, align with. Yeah. But then I was like, why did they start hating her? Because, like, oh, she's with the guys all the time. She's not one of us. And I'm like,
and they blame her for Paloma going home, too. Like, they're putting Paloma's mental health on someone else.
Which I didn't understand any of that. I couldn't.
It's been a crazy season so far. It's not been my favorite.
No, this was not my favorite.
No. And I don't think that they're also making any, like, Big Brother history moves yet. And a lot of backdooring, when backdooring isn't necessary.
No.
Like how they backdoored Daniel. You could have just put him up on the block originally.
Yes.
We didn't need to do all that. So yeah, I don't know, not my favorite season.
Mine either. Do you like Big Brother Canada or Big Brother America better?
Canada.
Me too.
I think Canada just takes it to another level.
Yes.
Even just like with the house design.
Yes.
Like everything about Big Brother Canada is bigger and better. Yeah. Love it. And the people, like, they really know how to play the game.
Yeah. And it's not like right out from like the beginning. They're like fighting.
Yeah.
It's like, let's get to know each other. Let's like think of like how to align and then play the game.
Yeah.
Like I feel like they do that where I find the America one, it's almost like they want the fighting.
Yeah.
Right?
It's like they pick certain people who they know, okay, these two will be a showman.
Clash, right?
These people won't like each other.
Yeah.
And Taylor didn't audition. She was actually someone who Big Brother scouted to be on. So she doesn't even know anything about the game.
Oh my God.
And they're just like, we think you would be good for the show, and put her in. And so, which also sucks for her because she was like, put in the game, and then everyone hates her.
That sucks.
Yeah.
That really sucks.
So, but I don't know if Canada does any scouting or if it's just based on auditions.
Yeah.
But yeah, Big Brother Canada just,
I love Big Brother Canada.
Good.
I need to be on BB Can.
Yeah. I think my favorite that they've done, like, names, is BB Can Gran. I think it was that. Just because I liked the name. It was, like, fluent and fun to say. But they also name them. I don't think Big Brother US names.
I didn't even know they did that.
Yeah. Canada names every season a different name.
And I'm so bad with names. Like, like the people. Like, I'll be like, I don't know the season. I think that I would do really good in the Big Brother house. But I would forget everything. Like, you know, when you have to remember the days and shit, I'd be like, I'm just going to forfeit this game.
And it's like they remember every competition name.
But I guess if we're in the house, it would be different.
That's what I say,
like,
too.
Like, maybe we'd, like, remember stuff like that, because that's all you focus on.
Yeah.
Right?
But it's also, like, you don't have a pen and paper. You don't, like, get to write anything down. It's really based on memory.
Yeah.
And it sometimes it's stupid questions, like, how many balls are in the ball pit?
Oh, my God.
And it's like, how do we know this?
No, I'd be so bad at it. I'd do a good social game, I think.
Yeah, I think you would do a good social game.
But I don't think I'd do good memory. Or like even
comps,
physical.
Yeah.
I'd be. You know what? I'd be entertaining.
I'd like to say I would be good at the physical comps, but I don't think I would.
Oh,
I think I would be okay at like the
holding things.
The holding things, like the who can stay on the longest.
Yeah. I'd die.
But the like very physical ones where it's like kind of sports, no way.
No, I would no. I would die.
Yeah, but also their competitions are nothing like the challenge.
No. I would die at the challenge. Have you been watching this season?
Not it's what this season is like the twist. It's like not the twist. It's like it's not the usual challenge. It's a different remake or something.
They do like they pair you with people and like you don't get to choose or whatever. So Enzo from Big Brother is on it.
Okay, yeah.
And I feel so bad for him because he was on like they were high on these containers and you had to jump in the middle. He couldn't do it. He's just like, I can't. And they're like, oh my God, Enzo, do it. He's like, I can't do it. I was like, that would be me. I'd be like, I can't do it.
Yeah.
Right? And then like in whatever the thingy.
Yeah.
But yeah. I got into the challenge because of Garth. He loves it.
I love the challenge more than Big Brother.
Yeah.
I love it. I would do the challenge. I would suck. Because the competitions are like
so hard,
so physical. It's not you're not playing around here. It's big stuff.
It is like it's physical.
Yeah. But I think I would be good at the social, except that the social is like 25% of the game. Like the competitions is
75%. Yes. Oh my goodness. Yes.
But it's so good.
Mm-hmm. It is so good to watch. I loved watching when Casey won.
Mm-hmm.
That was really cool.
I know, but it was devastating when she had to compete with Nani. I know. And I told them that. Did you see them?
Like, yeah. But how brave and how like wonderful that they were so. I just thought it was pretty special.
Yeah, I know. I was telling both of them, I was like, when I was watching it, it was like devastating. Yeah. And they're just like, how do you think we felt? And I'm like, I know. Yeah, craziness. I was bawling my eyes out while watching that. It was the hardest, maybe the hardest thing I've ever watched on reality TV. Yeah. It was devastating.
Yes.
Because, like, that, Nani I don't think she's ever made it that far. And, like, that was her chance. And,
And then it was, like, with Casey, I was like, no!
Yeah.
No! Do something different!
Yeah. Even, not CT, well, I'm sure he was emotional, too, but CJ, the host.
TJ.
He was emotional about that.
I know.
And he doesn't get emotional. He doesn't. He laughs at everyone.
Oh, my God. He's like, welcome to my final.
Yeah.
Oh, my God.
I love him so much.
Yeah, he's so good.
Yeah. I think that would be my favorite. To be on that show would mean so much to me, just so I can talk to like Anissa and Tori, Corey. We love Corey in this house. Yes. Nelson, Fessy. I don't like Fessy, but I would love to talk to him.
Yes.
Yeah, I would love to.
Josh is hilarious.
Yeah,
I just remember him. I just remember him in Big Brother. Like, as soon as you hear that, it's like Josh.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, I love it because it's so funny. My brother doesn't watch the show religiously anymore, but it seems like every time he's upstairs when I'm watching it, Josh is fighting someone. And my brother's like, oh my God, Josh again.
Yes.
Like last time the big thing was like who ate the pizza.
Yes.
And I love how we still don't know who ate the pizza.
We still don't know who ate the pizza.
Even though there's cameras everywhere. We don't know who ate the pizza.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
It kills. And it's like, I don't think they even know because they were all drunk.
Yes.
It's hilarious. I love these. And, not everyone's a reality show watcher.
I love reality shows. I love Real Housewives.
Which one's your favorite?
Beverly Hills.
Okay, we're New Jersey in this house.
Oh, New Jersey, yes. Oh, well, absolutely.
Yeah.
I just feel like I loved it when it was Teresa flipping the tables with Caroline and Dina.
Yeah.
That original crew. So that would have been like my first choice with the original cast.
Yeah.
Beverly Hills now is just a little bit more spicy, right? New Jersey, I find they need to is it true that Melissa Gorga quit?
I don't know. I know that there's a lot of drama between Teresa and Melissa, like family problems.
Yes. And there's a rumor circulating that her and Joe now quit.
So I don't know, but we'll have to see. We'll have to see.
Yes.
They've not made the best TV them as a couple in a while. So if they're not there, I don't know how much the drama will change.
That's true. It wouldn't really impact it.
But I do like Melissa. Yeah. I love Teresa, but I do like Melissa. Yeah. And she's so gorgeous too. I'm like, oh my gosh.
So beautiful.
Yeah, they are.
Yeah.
Okay, let's play what's it called? The Whisper Challenge.
Okay. Yay!
So let me explain it.
Okay.
So what's going to happen is one at a time, we're going to wear the headphones.
Okay.
We're going to blast some music. So they can't hear each other.
Yes.
We're going to take the thingies out of here. You're going to read it.
Okay.
And you're going to say it.
Okay.
Whatever. It's going to be a word or a phrase that we both commonly say.
Okay.
And we're going to have to guess just based on reading each other's lips.
Okay. That's awesome.
So,
yay. Okay,
these
perfect.
ones are mine, and then these ones are words and phrases that you commonly say. So these are what you're going to guess. And this
these
is what
are yours.
I say.
Okay, perfect.
And I've not seen them because I got my friend to write them.
Yay! Okay, perfect.
Okay, we're ready. I can't hear anything.
No, I can totally hear the music. Okay, so start now.
Okay.
Did you hear that?
So, tea tree oil?
No. Did you hear that?
Did you hear that?
Yes! Okay.
Wait.
Do you want me to just do them all for you so we don't go back and forth?
Sure.
Do you want to do that?
Sure.
Okay, so hold on. Let me get them out. Okay. Oh, fuck. Okay. I am a struggling actor.
I am a drug addict?
Okay, I am a struggling actor.
I am a
struggling
Charlie.
Struggling
Truck.
I want to see what my face looks like. Okay, struggling actor. Struggling.
I think you said something actor.
Yes, I
am
a struggling
actor.
Ding 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 ding. Okay. Okay. Hi, friend.
Hi, friend. Yeah.
Okay. I don't eat pork.
Oh. I don't eat pork.
Yes. Okay. Oh, I have to make this up. I love Ariana.
I love Ariana.
Okay. Yeah. Any statement of
any sort of phrase. Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Don't forget to wear your sunscreen. Don't forget
to wear your sunscreen.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. Want to grab a Slurpee? Want to go for a walk?
Whoa.
Okay, I'll go slow. Okay. Wanna grab a Slurpee?
Oh, wanna grab a Slurpee?
Wanna go for a walk?
Wanna grab a Slurpee and go for a walk?
Yes. Yeah! Ding ding ding. Okay. Okay.
What?
Okay. Purr.
Oh, okay, purr.
Yay! You got them all. Oh my god, that's amazing.
So those are common things that I say.
Yes.
I am a huge Ariana fan.
Yes, I love it. You've always been since I've known you.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I am the biggest sunscreen advocate.
Which I think is incredible. And
yes.
You need it.
Absolutely. For cancer and aging.
Yes.
Okay, purr. I got from a friend. And she's always like, purr. No, purr. And I'm like, okay, purr. And so I got it from her. What else is in here? Oh
my goodness.
So my best friend who wrote these, is her mom and my mom are really good friends.
Aww.
And every time they see each other, they're like, hi, friend.
Aww.
And so Cassie and I, now we're like, hi, friend, to make fun of them. We're like, hi, friend.
Aww.
And for our birthdays, we get each other cards that like have friend on the front of it or whatever.
Aww.
And so it's like an ongoing like joke that we have to make fun of our moms.
I love it.
I'm a struggling actor is not actually one of my quotes. It's a quote that family members gave to me that I then joke about.
Oh my gosh.
So
that'll change.
Yep. Did you hear that? It's like part of it is like me being kind of deaf where I'm like, did you hear that? Another part is me believing in ghosts. I mean, like, did you hear that? And so that's like something I just always say. And I think, want to grab a Slurpee and go for a walk. So Cassie and I, we single-handedly finance 7-Eleven because we buy so much Slurpees. They are only very successful because of Cassie and I.
So Slurpees to your like Starbucks to me.
Yes. Yes. And so we walk to get them.
Which is smart.
So we're burning the calories.
Which is fantastic. See, yeah. I'm not that person.
Yeah. we say it as an excuse. It's not really what we're doing.
Oh, I love it.
And yeah, so those are mine.
That's awesome.
I will replay Level Up.
Yes. Oh, I love it. Level up, level up, level up.
Okay, I'm going to lower it and then put it up as it goes. So it's not like... And are you okay with it being super loud?
100%.
Just tell me when to stop.
Okay.
Squirrel. Squirrel.
What?
Squirrel.
Squirrel?
Squirrel. Squirrel.
Swirl? What the fuck?
Squirrel.
I have no idea.
Squirrel.
Oh, squirrel!
Yes.
Oh my god, I love it. Okay.
Always be kind.
Always be kind.
Yes. Love Lisa Creation.
Love Lisa
Creation. Creation. Creation.
Love Lisa Creation?
Yes. Okay, what's this? Starbucks Saturday.
Starbucks Saturday.
Yes. Fam jam. Fam jam.
Fam jam?
Yes. Hey. It's not a picture.
Oh, it's not a picture. I love it. Not a picture.
Yep. Sunday fun day. Sunday fun day.
No clue. Oh my God.
Sunday fun day.
Sunday fun day?
Yes.
Okay. Yay! Yay! That was amazing.
You ran through those quick. Great. It's fun because it's things we say. So
Yes.
Like, we can
I can so see with the attitude, you're like, it's not a picture. I was like, it's not a picture. It's not a picture.
Tell me about what the heck is it's not a picture?
Oh my God. Okay, so Garth, I love pranking him. Like, I just love it. And so whenever we used to take pictures, like when we first got our phones, because we're ancient dinosaurs, I'd always be like, and so I'd hold my thumb over the little circle so he couldn't see it. And I'd be like, it's not a picture. And he's like, Lee. And I was like, oh my God, I got to keep doing this to him. So I love doing it all year and then compiling it for his birthday and being like, it's not a picture. It's not a picture. It's not a picture. So yeah, the very first one I did is like, it's a video.
Yeah.
And then I was like, oh my God, it's not a picture. It's like, brilliant.
Yeah.
So that's
you should get like merch and have it's not a picture. Love, love, love.
I know.
And what squirrel?
Yes. Squirrel. What's going on? Squirrel, something shiny.
Yeah, as soon as I did the head motion.
Yes, it's like, I got it. I was like, squirrel?
Yeah, squirrel.
Do I say squirrel? Like, do I say that?
No.
Yeah, I'm such a squirreler. Oh my goodness, am I ever a squirreler? Yep.
I love it. Me too. I get distracted so easily.
Yes.
Okay, Love Lisa Creation is a Starbucks drink that you made or something?
I don't remember.
Yeah, I just found it on one of your posts.
Yeah, I don't remember. Probably.
I think so.
Yeah.
Always be kind. We talked about that
That's
early.
like my religion.
Yeah. What else is here? Fam Jam?
Oh, it's my fam jam. I love my fam jam.
Sunday Fun Day. That's
Sunday
a classic.
Fun Days, always fun.
What else do we have? Squirrel. Oh, good. Saturday Starbucks. What is your Saturday Starbucks?
So Saturday Starbucks is every Saturday. I go to Starbucks and either I make a drink, I ask the barista or partners to make me one that's like not ordinary.
Yeah.
Or I'll go look at the secret menu and just try something new. Because I love I'll always try something once. Yeah. Always.
Okay.
Except if it's really gross.
Well, you're going to try that.
You know what? I'm 100% tried. That's going to be this Saturday.
Okay.
But yeah, I'm always, I love it. And Starbucks has just gotten me through a lot. Like I did this whole write-up about Starbucks because I remember my mom and dad saying, you waste so much money at Starbucks.
Yeah, right.
You know how much money you could be saving? And I'm like, okay, guys, I have a plan and system. System and plan. I literally do not pay for I do. Yeah. But it's like it's points, right? So anyways, and I have like the loveliest family and friends that actually gift me gift cards. Like for my birthday, they're always like, of course, Lisa's going to like a Starbucks gift card.
Yeah. Which makes it pretty easy.
Right? It's like easy. You know how to like make me smile.
Yeah.
But like I love sharing it and Starbucks is just like that drink that you can go with a friend, you can go with a family, you can talk about highs, talk about lows, and it's always like it brings you back to the drink.
Yeah, and you can just sit there too. Yes. You don't have to like get a drink and then leave. Like
no.
you can sit there. Sometimes I'll spend the whole day there.
Yes.
And you can just have a good time. And the Prairie one, since they remodeled, way nicer.
Oh my goodness, it was so funny. So I went in there and I met a friend. We literally sat there for 4.5 hours because we hadn't seen each other. So we were like catching up. And there was these two little ladies. They come in. She is like done up, pink blazer, pink lipstick that matches her blazer. Her hair is on point, like just adorable. Yeah. So they go get their drink and they come back and sit down and I'm waiting for my friend to get her drink. And she's like, so how's your day going? And I'm like, oh my goodness, I love you. I want to take you home with me. You and me are like going to be besties. And then she's like, yeah, so we're just, we always get a Starbucks before we go grocery shopping. Aww. They live in assisted living. Okay. And so she's telling me this whole story and she's like, and we just got back from church. We're trying all different churches this summer. We're very open to all religions. And I'm like, I just love you. Like, she's just so adorable. And and then she asked me if I was the mother of my friend.
Oh, dear Jesus.
I was like, okay, maybe we're not going to be besties.
Oh, gosh.
But then she's like, I'm so sorry. My eyesight's not the best. And I was like, you don't have to apologize. You actually made me giggle. So we're good. It's because we're like a year apart. Like, not her mom. Like,
scientifically, that wouldn't have worked.
No. So, but just, again, like you can meet so many different people in Starbucks. Yeah. So I like going once a week and bringing my laptop and working.
Yeah. Yeah. And how long have you been obsessed with Starbucks for?
Oh my gosh. Like a long time.
Yeah.
Like I remember bringing Massimo for his first little steamed milk. I have a picture of him. He was probably like 2, 3, holding a little.
Wow.
Yeah. So like 16,
a long time.
16, 17 years.
Yeah. My dad loved Starbucks. And so we would go there all the time. And of course, like we would have our set drinks. Well, not me. Like I don't think because coffee, and I never drank hot chocolate because it hurts my throat, which is like a weird thing for me.
No, but yeah.
So I wouldn't get it, but my mom and my dad would get the same things every time. And then when he passed, we kind of like didn't go there, not because it brought up memories, but because my mom's like, well, I don't really want it. Like,
no,
it's
the routine's not there. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, exactly.
So yeah, and now I go once in a while, but really 7-Eleven is my Starbucks. Yes. It's like, and their food is good there. Like their hot food, a lot of people shame it and say it's disgusting, but I, for one, think it's great.
They've leveled up.
They've leveled up.
They have leveled up.
Maybe that's the name of this episode. Level Up with Lisa Currier. I love it.
That is awesome. Yes.
Okay, before we end off,
yes,
I have a very, very important question.
Okay.
I need you to clear the air.
Uh-oh.
Okay?
Uh-oh.
Is it Garth or Gary? People gotta know.
It's Garth. It's Garth. It's Garth. Oh my goodness. Instagram is the one who named him Gary.
Yeah.
It like captions. We were baking and I was like, oh, baking with, and I say Garthy, because I've always called him my Garthy. Mm-hmm. And so all of a sudden it was like Gary, and I didn't know how to change them at the time. So people are like, is it Gary? And I'm like, let's go with it. Yeah. I'm like, Garth, you're Gary when we're baking. And I remember my auntie messaging me and she's like, Lisa, is his name Gary? I was like, you've known him for 22 plus years. It is Garth.
Yeah. It's so funny.
Whenever he's in the kitchen, it's Gary.
Yeah.
And every time else, it's Garth.
Yeah. Well, because it's so funny because no matter what, when he's like on camera with you, you just refer to him as Gary.
Always.
And it's like, yes, sarcastically, but it kills me every time. And he's so serious. He's like, yep. It's so
And the
funny.
best is like my new followers were like, what?
Yeah.
Gary? And they're like, why are your posts saying Garth? I'm
like, this girl's crazy. She doesn't even know her own husband's name. Weirdo.
Oh my god, that's amazing. Yeah, it's
so
Garth.
Funny.
It's Garth.
But we had to clear that.
Yes.
It was really, really
I was a little
important.
scared there. I was like, clear the air about what?
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, ooh.
I know. What's the tea?
Yes. Oh
not just Instagram captions.
I'm glad now. Now I know how to like change the captions.
Do you though?
Yes.
You change it to Gary? I mean to Garth?
No, I change it to Gary.
Oh, okay.
Like if I'm like, oh, Gary, like sometimes it'll misspell it. I'm like, Gary. I'm like, it's Gary.
It's Gary.
It's Gary.
Love that.
Yeah.
Is there anything you want to plug? Any last words to end it off? What's your Instagram handle?
At Love Lisa Currier.
Oh,
always with the love.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, at Love Lisa Currier.
In there.
Yeah, yeah.
So excited for your new podcast whenever that comes out,
yes.
and your blog.
Thank you.
I will be up to date on all of that.
Thank you.
And thank you for coming on.
Yes, thank you for having me.
It did not feel like 2 hours.
No, I can't believe we've talked for 2 hours.
Mm-hmm.
This is fantastic.
That's the thing with podcasts. It's like you have things planned, and you're like, okay. I'm telling people 45 minutes to an hour, and here we are.
2 hours later.
Conversation is just so good.
Well, and that's just it, right? You can totally, I love it.
Yeah, because you can make interviews, feel like an interview.
Yes.
Or you can make it fun by actually doing research on who you're having on.
That's just it.
Right?
That's it. Yes. Yeah, so thank you so much. This was wonderful.
Thank you.
Loved it.
Yay! Love. Well, I will see you guys next week. We have Meg McCarthy on, so you can enjoy that interview. Okay, have a good day, everyone. Love you all. Bye.
Bye.